StarCast is proudly sponsored by Doghouse Systems. They build amazing computers. It is just that simple, and I have exciting news. If you use the code StarCast or Biscuit at checkout, you will get double memory on your next Doghouse system. If you're getting a gaming rig with 4 gigs of RAM, well, guess what? You're getting 8. If you're getting 8, you're getting 16. They can't go higher than 16, so don't max your system out at 16 and hope for 32, because it ain't going to happen. Anyways, Kyle and I would like to thank Doghouse for the support over this past awesome year of StarCast. They have been phenomenal sponsors, and they're up in the ante with an even better promo. So once again, use StarCast or Biscuit the next time you go to dogcastsystems.com to get double memory on your next gaming rig. We are also sponsored by Allcast Media and Best Buy. Support StarCast and go to tiny.cc/moregg for free shipping on 90% of their inventory. You'll get 10 to 30% off select HD TVs, $20 off 12 months of Xbox Live Gold, specials on gaming consoles, and literally hundreds of other deals. Once again, that's tiny.cc/moregg for Best Buy sales and to support our show in the process. Additional support comes from listeners like Carlos Garcia. We thank you from the bottom of our Christmassy hearts. Now everyone sit back, relax, and enjoy episode 83 of StarCast, the Christmas special.
It's about damn time for StarCast.
Incoming transmission.
Biscuit.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time of year. Christmas is just around the corner, and this is the final StarCast of 2011. I am your host, Garrett Weinzierl. With me, as always, is Kyle Ferguson. And joining us today, for the first person up for our community guests, is Discorax. You may know him as the guy who keeps the forums and the blog going. So welcome, Discorax. Welcome to the show.
Hey, it's so good to be here. Thank you very much for having me. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, dead Garrett Mike.
No, dead Garrett Mike. Don't worry, I put my mustache back on. Hold on.
Excellent. That'll satiate the crowds. Aw. No, the other guest is not invisible, wait, I think I'm on rotate, so this one here, right? No, wait, it's mirrored, so this guest here hasn't come on yet. We're about to have him on in a moment.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yay!
Welcome back.
All right. Well, hopefully my internet holds up. I don't know what the hell's going on. So.
It happens.
All right.
With the show.
So we're having some community guests on tonight, and just to lay some ground rules, we will just drop you and move on to the next guest if you mention ponies or if you ask me to flex. That's it. That's all you need to know.
I'll save that for the end.
Now, Garrett, you've had over 6 months to start working out to get this flex on for the Christmas season.
Yes?
I think this is your own responsibility that you are afraid to flex at this point.
Yes, it is. I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to feed the trolls or the ponies. I hate them all. So, there's Discorax showing me up. So, anyways, if you're just tuning in or if you haven't paid attention to our Twitter or our Facebook or everywhere else we've been posting what we're doing on this episode, it's going to be just a really random, awesome, fun episode. We're pulling different community members on the show. Some are going to be doing live segments, and some are just going to be talking bringing up what their favorite parts of StarCraft were over the past year and such. But before we get rolling, I have a couple of announcements about the upcoming 2012 StarCast. On January 5th, we'll be joined by Brandy Brightside Plemons and Genevieve Livin' in Pink Forget from Girls of StarCraft. They'll be guest hosting. We're really looking forward to having them on. On January 12th, the MLG referee MLG Wiggins will be our guest host. That'll be episode 85. And on January 26th, we will have EG Machine. He'll be joining us, and I'm sure the Zerg love will continue to flow endlessly from the show as Kyle and Machine gang up on me and tell me why Terrans suck.
Yes, sadly, we had a wonderful rebuttal, but our Protoss guest, who is very, very special, we don't have an exact date yet, so we just need to continue to taunt you with those hints. Those aren't even hints. They're just taunts. We're getting one. It's going to be awesome. You have to wait and see.
Yeah, we're
I'm preparing my very first question for MLG Wiggins, which is, what does a referee do in a video game?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe did MC get a demerit for putting on a Murloc hoodie and dancing? Was that excessive celebrating?
Throw the yellow flag out onto the field. No, I figured that it's important that they make sure no one's throwing games on. I know they have a job at that. And also, I'm very excited to have the girls of StarCraft on. Get to talk about all of our wonderful gender relations that we've been curious about. Gender differences, all that sort of thing. Also, I've watched their streams, and they are quite good at this game. They are a professional team at this moment, so it'll be very fun to have them on as well.
Yeah, so definitely go check that out. There's actually a link to the Girls of StarCraft site in the show notes, but if you want to go to it right now, it's gosc.tv, so go check them out and support them. Anyways, that's not what this show is about. This show is about talking to you, the community, and first up, well, we have Discorax here, also known as Ryan, and so if you hear me calling him Ryan, well, that's because I know his real name. So
That's my name. That's my name. Yep.
So... Anyways, so, well, let's ask you some questions, Ryan. Let's make you do some work while Kyle and I just, take the night off. What's your...
the hardest working men in showbiz.
Just done, yeah. What's your StarCraft goals for the next year? 2012's coming up. Have you set some goals for yourself?
Well, I've had the same goal for about 3 seasons now, and that would be platinum. Yeah, that would be nice. I have coined a new phrase, and it has also become my calling in my StarCraft battle call. Forever Gold. You'll see me post that, and that is me. I'm Forever Gold. I actually have not done my placement match yet, so that...
Could you make more noise?
I could. I could actually eat the mic, but that would not be appropriate. Yeah, I haven't done my placement match yet, so we'll see what happens.
All right.
I went on a winning streak. I burned through 120 points of bonus pool in one night, which was pretty good. So
through cheese, I read.
Yes, it was quite cheesy. I 4 proxy raxed almost every game. It was pretty awful. But I also told them that it was coming, and it's very interesting when you tell somebody that, hey, I'm going to cheese you, and to see their reaction, because some people will cheese you back, some people will play defensive, and everybody who cheesed me back, I won. Everybody who plays defensive, I won. They won when they played cheesy back, and then I won when they played defensive. So there you go. It just shows you how vulnerable cheese is. 2 cheese. Yeah. So there you go, plat. I hope.
Well, wonderful. Is there a matchup that you're particularly having a hard time with that you feel you need to work on?
My TVP is mediocre at best. Yes.
Complete and utter garbage.
I'm not aggressive enough. That's the problem. I will sit back and I'll get a nice force, and then they will come in with an even force, and I'll have better upgrades, and I'll forget ghosts and die. Or they'll come in with Colossus, and I'll forget Vikings, and I'll die.
Oh, you see, I'm the exact opposite. I'm overly aggressive. Every time I see Protoss, I'm just like, oh god, I don't want him to get to Death Ball, so I'm just like, I'm going to make a shit ton of Marauders and pray they went Stalker. All right, here we go!
And you know what? That works often.
It does. You can pretty much take the 3-rack Zerg build and just do Marauders instead of Marines. And, in gold, it's about a 50-50 with Protoss. You can pretty much just steamroll some people. But, yeah, it's been the theme of the last few episodes, I think. A move to victory.
Yeah, well, that's me.
Now, Disco,
if victory and forever gold.
If you did get out of gold, though, you would lose a huge amount of support on Reddit. I mean, you've become a bit of you have quite the following there for your forever gold.
Hey, you gotta when it works, stick with it. So,
are you the Disco from StarCast?
Someone famous, talk to me.
For next year's BlizzCon, Disco, if you come, we need to make you a disco ball helmet.
Oh, for sure. So, yeah, just to point this out, this is a disco ball spinning in the background. It's kind of hard to make out, unfortunately. I apologize. I tried to get a real one, but time was short, so I got one on the screen, and it can't see it over the stream. So I'm sorry.
Wondrous.
We appreciate the effort, though a sensual fireside would have been equally acceptable.
I was thinking about that. I was going to have a rug laid out. I was going to be sitting there just in my boxers.
With nothing but a present covering yourself? Yeah, I know what was going on.
Hello, StarCast folk. It's
Merry
time.
Christmas, everyone.
It's time for Christmas. Do you want to see my natural expansion?
That's her main.
God, really, Ryan. So, is there anything you wanted to talk about? You've got the StarCast soapbox, or is there anything you'd like to ask us?
Well, first of all, this is my first time being live on the show, and thanks for having me, because that's awesome.
Thanks
Absolutely.
for coming on. We were so to break the fourth wall for those listening. We were so wonderfully last minute with this idea. We're like, hey, let's just get everyone from the community on, and literally half of the people were like, it's Christmas. I'm not here. So,
but I am here, and one of the things I want to do is just talk about like my 2011 highlights. So I have a couple things I want to call out, and so the first one, everybody's gonna go but my daughter was born March 3rd.
Aww.
2011, man, that's the highlight. Number one. So I got two kids. I got a 4-year-old and I got a 9-month-old, and they're awesome. And they are the reason why I can never finish a game with Buddha. Because we get started and she wakes up and I say GG F10N, and Buddha has to, complain. And if we're playing twos, then he just takes all my units and A moves to victory. But that's the reason why I'm always online late, and the reason why I'm not around in the evenings, because I'm with them. So that's one of my highlights.
Well, how dare you, first of all. I mean, being a good family man is just so irresponsible of you.
Indeed.
I mean, people who had their fathers around, they aren't successful because they are loved and cared for. You need to just hate your children and never be there for them so that they become successful, productive members of society. Or go around robbing people. It's kind of a 50-50, but,
Oh, yeah. I had a great dad, and I just can't stop shanking people.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. So I want to talk about something I did this year, 2011. The Summer Event Series was a lot of fun. I learned a ton putting it on because it was a crap ton of work, but it was really cool, and got a lot of great feedback from the community, and I really had a lot of fun putting it on. So just so you know, people, there's going to be more where that came from in 2012. It's going to be exciting. Started off, we're going to have the StarCast Open Season 3 sometime in early 2012, so look forward to that. It's coming soon. So keep an eye on the forums. It's going to be awesome. I have not even looked at the chat. I wonder if anybody's talking about me. They probably.
I try so hard not to look at the chat while we're doing the show, because I don't know if you listened to the last 3 shows, but Kyle will say something and I just don't hear it, and then I say the exact same thing and he's just like, "Hey, jackass, I just said that." Thank you for listening.
He never calls you a jackass. He just insinuates that with his tone.
Yes. Jackass.
Thanks, Kyle. Merry Christmas to you, sweetheart.
So next one. So out of the Summer Event Series, we got to award Just Alex with a BlizzCon ticket, but I got to go to BlizzCon too, which is, by the way, my first ever gaming convention. I've never gone before.
Well, you've
never gone to a gaming convention. I've gone to. Yeah, well, it was pretty epic in many, many, many ways. Plus, I got to meet you guys and everybody else, which was super fun. And we got to drink, and we got to go bowling, and we got to drink some more, and then we watched some StarCraft, and then we drank a little bit more. And
sadly, I was only allowed to drink the last night there because I was on freaking antibiotics because I was sick as hell. And that was just terrible. But yeah, it was a great time. Even though I think Kyle and I saw you a collective maybe 4 hours the whole time we were there.
Yeah, but all the same, it was like watching, to use the phrase, kid in a candy store. But it was, oh, hey guys, I gotta go over there now.
I know I do a StarCraft podcast, but Diablo, Diablo,
it's over there, and it's really, really, really good. And I still haven't played it.
We both have betas, and I've barely played it.
Well, you've got your Old Republic.
Yes, that is chipping away at my life at the moment.
And now I've officially derailed my...
No, keep going.
Okay. So BlizzCon was really, really cool, and I would like to point out this other really, really awesome thing. Naniwa. Yeah.
Now it's a topical autograph.
It is. I was like, I had to put that up on eBay. It'll be awesome. And so the last thing that I really want to talk about is I didn't freeze. I actually just was trolling you. The last thing I want to talk about is how awesome you guys are, and I wanted to ask you. The show has like leaps and bounds. Been great. Love the live events. Love the video. Love the new production quality. OctanePro is boss.
Yes, he is the man. We're gonna have him on later. I think he might be our last scheduled community guest. Yeah, he is. Although I just found out Sandman can make it on, so maybe Sandman will be the last one. I don't know. This show is so just. I hope you're on. Sleep. Yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is. None of this is going to translate to the podcast version. So you listening on the podcast, well, shame on you. You should be helping our Twitch TV numbers.
Yeah. Well, I've also got I'm like, what is 2012 doing for you? What are you doing? What is in the books? What are you going to do?
Well, first and foremost, we're really trying to make a move to get guests on that don't hit their mic every 5 seconds. God, after
that, I'm so unprofessional.
Well, really, we want to get more guests on. We want to. So much of StarCast has been building our own community. Now we want to kind of take our community and just kind of shove it in the face of the mainstream community.
Well, that's good, because here's the bottom line. The way content production is going, this show is like a sweet spot, and I'm so excited to be part of this community and see what we can do in 2012, because really what we've done to this point is just build a reputation for being quality entertainment. And you guys are each part of that, and I just want to say thank you for all you do, because it's pretty awesome.
GG indeed. And I'm sure we'll be saying this a lot during the course of the show. If you listening are averted to mushy thank you BS, then you should probably just stop listening to the show now. But I'm sure we're going to say this a lot. But thank you, and thank you to the community, because without you guys, this show would never freaking happen. You pretty much write over 50% of the show for us, which makes our job nice and easy. And hitting your mic again. And yeah, well, thank you guys.
No, it's so true. We started this year off with episode 36. And we have continued to have wonderful emails, questions, and all sorts of things from you guys. And in fact, my favorite part about getting these guests on is that we're not going to sit around and shoot the Brood War shit with them, if you will. We actually ask them strategy questions that you, the viewers, and us enjoy about the game. And it can get so bogged down in, the politics of it and who's who, that it's really nice to just be able to talk to the person like a real person and ask them real strategy questions so you can get your game better. Because that's what it's about, having fun in the game.
Yeah.
Right. If you're not having fun, why are you playing? Seriously.
Yeah.
I look like myself every night after I've lost 20 times. I look like Artosis, because this is my Artosis cam.
If Artosis was you look like a caricature of Artosis with terrible facial hair. Not that your facial hair is terrible, but if Artosis had that facial hair, it would look awful. So, I was going to go to Reddit, and Artosis will never come on. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Oh, come on. We love Artosis. He's great, but we can't afford him because he charges a lot of money to talk to people. It's funny. It's true.
He does?
Yeah.
Didn't you hear DJ Wheat talking about? Oh, here we go. Controversy. You ready for this?
Oh, snap. No, I did not hear about this.
I think he was talking about the last MLG that the casters, specifically Tastosis, walked away with more in money than the entire prize pool just for having them at the event.
Wow.
Maybe it wasn't MLG. You know what? I might be missing the rumors. It might have been a different event. But bottom line was the casters, Tastosis in particular, made more than the prize pool combined.
Well, they do drive in, American viewers.
And they are like the poster boys of esports at the moment, so.
Yes, well, that's because they're awesome, but, what are you going to do?
And they have such touching stories about eating nothing but eggs and spinach for years and being forever lonely in Korea.
Yeah. Well, when you talk about a pillar of the community, they really are. They have such a rich history, and they actually understand what it takes to get to where we've gotten to, and they've gone through all the heartache, and it's really just exciting to see them, be successful because they've worked their butts off. Really, they've really worked their butts off. And even like all the guys now, like I know DJ Wheat and Day 9, those guys put in 80-hour work weeks when they were getting nothing, and now they're getting something, and it's great. And I'm going to continue to purchase esports stuff. First of all, because I think it's awesome, and second, because I appreciate what they've put into it.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, highly agree on that. Did you guys see, by the way, Mr. Day 9 made it into Forbes yet again? He was in the
30 under 30.
Yeah, the 30 under 30 for entertainment. So
he's really really. All right, so what can I say to get myself kicked off here?
Well, before you go, is there anything you'd like to promote before you leave?
I want to promote Barcraft, actually. I think Barcraft is... I actually forgot to talk about that. So I went to my first Barcraft. I went to the original Barcraft Chow Bistro in Seattle, and I represented StarCast, and we gave away a bunch of cool stuff. Gave away a GG button, gave away a nice headset, and gave away some awesome StarCast stickers and some other just vinyl stickers. Like, do you guys see the picture of my my other car as a siege tank?
No.
Yes, I did.
I got a nice bumper sticker. You should go check it out. It's on the forums.
Oh, I want one now. So I wanted to be my other car as an SCV.
That would be good too. Kind of smelly though.
Yeah.
One of those air fresheners. Anywho, that's shout outs. I want to talk about the place I work, PBJS, which is a fantastic creative agency, and nobody here really listens to it, but we are actually starting to look into how we can incorporate esports marketing into our everyday marketing stuff. And I've been putting a lot of time into preparing marketing materials to present to our VP of Biz Dev and make it better. So the future is bright, and I'm excited to be a part of it, and I don't want to take any more time because you have some awesome community members that need to talk, and I'm babbling. I'm babbling on.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, God, what is he doing? Oh, it sounds like birth.
He's trying to get himself kicked off. Do it.
What do I need to do to this? Oh, no.
Kick off Ryan. Get rid of him. I don't have ability to kick him off. Oh, no. I grossly overthought this.
We can only suggest him to be kicked off.
There he goes. He's finally gone. Thank God. Oh, so, well, yeah. So let's fill some air while we wait for our next guest.
Oh, we have Achilles coming on now?
Yeah, we do. There's a placeholder picture. I don't know if he has video yet or not.
Have you gotten to your placement match yet, Garrett?
Dude, I have Star Wars now.
Oh, man. I've been ill, so...
It's Christmas. That's all I'm going to be playing for the next week.
It has been nothing but Civilizations 5 for me since I've been ill, but I cannot get a military victory to save my life.
That's sad.
Yeah. Just don't get it. Anyway, Achilles, you there?
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Sweet.
Hey. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing very, very well, especially since my mic actually can't touch my face. It's going to be perfectly fine in that regard.
Ah, wonderful. Now if you could just work on that internet connection. I'm going to troll every guest tonight for not having podcast production quality microphone setups. So, well, anyways, Achilles, welcome to the show. I hear you've prepared a little something for us.
Yes, I have. Now, it's been a long damn time since I've done one of these, so some of our new viewers may not be familiar with my history, so to speak. I did a segment for about 4 months, mostly over the summer, called History of War, and it was basically taking historical and battles, real-life situations, and applying them to StarCraft. And so I got an email about 2 days ago, so about as little preparation as you can get for one of these things. Thank you very, very much for that, by the way. And I was able to whip up a new script in about an hour and a half this afternoon.
Awesome.
So I've got it ready for you.
Is this going to be the version of World War II that Quentin Tarantino wrote where Hitler dies because he gets killed by soldiers because you didn't do your research?
No. I briefly considered talking about North Korea, but in the end, I think I got something good.
All right, sweet. Well, the floor is yours. Everyone, hold on to your butts. It's time for History of War.
Right. I'm Achilles. This is History of War. What a year. I've been listening to StarCast since the launch of StarCraft 2, but 2011 was the year that really made this game for me. I switched back to Zerg in January, ran a fantasy NASL league, and got a job in the esports scene with the best team in the world. StarCraft has literally changed my life over this past year, giving me new career goals, people who will become lifelong friends. But as 2011 ends, we cannot look only towards the history that's so often mentioned in this long missing segment, but also the future that 2012 will bring us. The future I'm speaking of specifically is the new expansion for StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. Everything we know about our favorite game will change, hopefully for the better. So let's take a look at some of the new units. The Zerg will be getting the Viper. For those that played Brood War, memories of the Filer will be quick to surface. It was a casting unit famous for its Dark Swarm ability, which made all ranged weapons nearly useless. It's getting a reboot in StarCraft 2 as the Viper, and now it can fly. Replacing the Overseer, it will retain the Dark Swarm ability, now renamed Blinding Cloud. It'll also have detection and the ability to give that detection to another unit as a one-time only ability. If we want to see a mirror to this in the real world, look no further than the Lockheed Martin EC-130, more commonly known as the Compass Call. Like the Blinding Cloud ability, the Compass Call has the ability to jam certain weapons, making missiles and some communication useless. In addition, it also has detection, with state-of-the-art radar and navigation systems. Terrans can look forward to what I most fear, the Shredder. It's a mobile turret that, when stationary, creates a field of radiation that deals AoE damage to anything inside the radius. It only works if no friendly units are in the range of the Shredder, but when it's active, it tears units to shreds in seconds. I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with the possibility of one of those being dropped behind my linear line and destroying all my drones. The real-world application here is the Dirty Bomb. A Dirty Bomb uses nuclear material but doesn't cause a nuclear explosion. Instead, it disperses a great deal of radioactivity throughout a wide area. They're not capable of instantly giving a person cancer, but could over a long period of exposure. That's why one would be using it to make an area inhospitable instead of a crater. It forces things to get far, far away, just like the Shredder. The Protoss will be able to field the Replicant. The Replicant will be able to morph into any unit it has in its line of sight, gaining all of the abilities and powers of that unit. It's like the Neural Parasite, except permanent, better, and incredibly expensive. For example, if the Protoss wanted to use nuclear weapons, they could use the Replicant on an SCV, build a barracks, then a Ghost Academy, then a Ghost and a nuke. It's technology theft at its finest. The comparison here comes from Julius and Ethel Rosenberg. American citizens, they were tried and found guilty of selling the technology used to build nuclear weapons to the Soviet Union. It's a case that's been mired in controversy since the decision was rendered in 1953, due to the way the case was handled at the height of the Red Scare. Though in 2008, new evidence surfaced that confirms that Julius Rosenberg did indeed sell nuclear secrets to the Soviet Union. But we all know that the Protoss is just going to use the Replicant to build an orbital command and get mules anyway. So Merry Season 5 to all, and to all a good game. I am Achilles, and this has been History of War.
I was getting nerd chills during that because I missed that segment so damn much. So thank you so much for Achilles for creating something so wonderful and then taking it away from us. I mean, seriously, Kyle, what would you say? I would say History of War easily in the top 3 of any segment we've ever gotten.
Oh, definitely. I would say it's right up there with making feel. It just made me feel so smart to listen to. Even though I was always hoping I would recognize one of the historical references you were about to give, I always loved it. But now you've become the manager of the Team CVO team.
This is true.
Yeah, our local team here.
Mm-hmm. And you write for Evil Geniuses.
I do.
So you're a busy man.
Yeah, how much of that can we? Ooh, nice. How much EG gossip can we rip out of you tonight? Or will they just send In Control to your house to just rip you in half if you talk about too much stuff?
Well, In Control is a threat that has been levied against us. If there's something specific, maybe we can talk about it. But again, there is the NDA that means I lose my job if I say too much. Although I did come on the show way back when Huck got signed, and we got to talk for a while. Yeah. So if you've got anything specific you want to ask about, go for it.
I actually don't think there is, so we'll see what comes
I've got
up.
something.
Oh, okay.
We heard in one of the interviews that Idra was only going to stay in Korea long enough to hang out, do some training. Now that he's got Code S, he plan to stick around?
No, that's always been the plan. He was going to go for a few months, and hold on, Octane is saying that my camera's not working right. Can you guys see me?
You're not moving.
Oh, yeah, stream I've frozen up.
Oh, well, I mean, we hear you just
keep,
fine.
We just keep powering through it. Just don't pay attention to the chat.
All right. Okay, so, yes, he is going to be there for a few months. I think Huck is still staying over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that should be fine. So he should be there. I think Ho-Jun, Puma, is also going to be staying over there. But the plan has always been Idra was never going to stay there long term. But yeah, the Slayers thing, that's something we're really, really excited about. There's a lot of stuff that did not get said, and I'm still not allowed to say, that came out, but the Slayers thing is a lot bigger than people realize. And we should start seeing the fruits of that coming back in around a month.
Oh,
or not a month. No, not a month. By the time we hit 1 year all the way around, since we first made the deal.
Well, we can go ahead and you don't have to say anything, but we can make broad assumptions that Slayers and EG are going to become one, like a big gelatinous ball.
It's like the Thing, but two teams. Wondrous. So, well, what's your any plans to bring the segment back to StarCast, Achilles, or a different segment?
History of War was planned from the very beginning. It was going to be 20 episodes. I was not going to go any further. With what I've just done, I just hit 17. I stopped at 16, which kind of sucked. But so I still got those 3 hanging over my head, and I will finish that. I will finish History of War sometime during 2012, before the world ends. That's going to happen.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm sure it's going to happen. Yeah. Get your cardboard signed shirt and just walk around town, you jackass.
And if, it ends up working out, I would love to do something else as well. StarCast is awesome. I would not have the job I have today, would not be anywhere near where I am right now if y'all didn't give me this platform. And so I'd love to come back. I'd love to keep working with y'all.
Very cool. What about the game? What's your plans? What's your goals for StarCraft 2 for 2012?
Well, personally, it would probably involve playing again, because I don't think I've laddered. I didn't play at all for Season 4. I didn't even do my placement match.
Oh, wow.
I have not played in a long time. I did some twos with Ryan a little while ago.
I saw a comic on Reddit about the fear of the find match button.
Well, it's not that. It's just I have other things, like Skyrim.
Star Wars The Old Republic, like me right now.
Minecraft, all that stuff.
I can't get into Minecraft. I just can't. I can't do it.
Have you played it?
Yes. It's too ugly.
Oh, well.
If I wanted to play with Legos, I would go buy a Lego set.
Yeah, but the Legos, like little monsters, don't come out at night and attack your Legos. That's the selling point for me. I wasn't much for all the building, but the second those monsters came out and I had to dig myself a hole and hide in it, I was sold.
That just doesn't sound cool to me. Like, in what world do I live in where digging a hole and hiding it is an option to survive? It just seems dumb. The whole concept of the game bothers me. But that's me. Send your hate mail to Garrett doesn't care. Yeah. So sorry, Achilles, you were saying?
Yeah, in addition to being the former writer of History of War, I guess I'm not technically the former guy anymore, writing for Evil Geniuses, running CVO, I also own and operate the StarCast Minecraft server. So if y'all want to come on, you come on the forum, send me a PM, I'll get you added in. Although I am going to have it shut down for January because I'm going to be in Rome for 3 weeks. So I don't really want to have to pay for it then.
Well, that's cool. Just do what we do and ask for handouts. Come on. Internet panhandling is handouts.
Fun. They don't do it.
Well, you ask for it.
I have.
Well, you do it again.
I'm doing it right now. Give me your money. Give me all of your money.
Buy all the things.
Or I'm deconstructing your mansion and making my hole.
Wondrous.
So how are things going over at Team CVO? You guys just had tryouts. I heard there were quite a few applicants for that.
CVO, we've hit a little bit of a rough spot recently. Some of our long-standing members have left the team, and we've made some cuts internally for some players. But we have also...
I was going to say, tell me you found some Protoss.
We have Protoss.
Yes! Finally.
We have Protoss. Most of the people that showed up to try out, there were 9 people. We were really, really happy with that. Most of the people that showed up were Protoss. So many PvPs were played that day.
Nice. Who of the original crew have carried through? What's the final,
The only people who are definitely through to the next round right now are Mork and Ramlead.
Understood.
They're the only people who are definitely through. And right now, the 3 of us were looking through the old replays from this last Saturday. And hopefully, by the end of the week, by Christmas, we can give everybody a little present. So if they get accepted, then we're going to bring them on for 1 month, little trial period, see if they can stick with the team, stick with the practice requirements that I'm asking of them.
Awesome.
Which was a big problem that we had with the old squad, which is why I had to cut a lot of people, unfortunately. And so if they can do that...
I mean, I hear you have like a spreadsheet sort of thing and you need to document your play, but what was it that was so extreme? Now, let me forward this by saying that the people who were cut or chose to leave for other teams are still incredibly awesome people. I am so happy that they continue to stick around as StarCasters, as Biscuiteers, still hanging out in the chat forums. I mean, still hanging out on the StarCast channel. If you're not hanging out there when you log on StarCast or StarCraft, I don't know what you're doing because it's an awesome little channel where you can talk to people. I can't really... Fabocious? I don't know. Wait, there it is. Yes, that name. That guy took an hour out of his time the other day and answered my ZVZ questions, and I thank him so much. He wasn't on the team, though. I think he tried out. But at any rate...
He did not try out.
Well, whatevs. He should have, because he's awesome. But at any rate, like, Buddha, it was so cool that they've stuck around and still hung out and answered people and done coaching. It's just been cool of them. So at any rate, please continue.
All I know is that we were talking about CVO.
Yes, so I forgot as well. What was so extreme about the training regiment and the practice schedule that you were doing?
It wasn't so much that it was extreme. It's like 8 hours a week. I need you to play 8 hours a week, and I need you to self-report it. Because if you don't, there's no way that I'm actually going to be able to track how much you're really practicing and putting in. We tried to do that model because the one that they had done previously, where everybody comes in and we actually try to have practice dates, no one was available at the same time. It just never worked out. So I was coming in, trying something new, and just no one really was reporting themselves. So, so in the end, there were a lot of people that just like didn't really play StarCraft anymore, or weren't really involved with the community anymore, and they just weren't there. And so we had to cut those people, and it was unfortunate because one of those people ended up being Dirt McGirt, who we sent to MLG, and now he's off the team, which really sucks.
Yeah.
But he's taken sort of a backseat, and we really have no idea where he is or what he's doing. So,
well, and a lot of these people are in school right now, so...
This is true.
I remember people trying to rely on me while I was in school. That didn't work out well for them.
Yeah, I remember people trying to rely on me while I was a podcaster. Oh, wait. Yep. Mom called me like 5 minutes before the show. Hey, I need to know what's going on for Christmas and your plans. And I'm just like, I have a show in 2 seconds and I still need to eat dinner. Sorry. Achilles, is there anything else you just want to you want to talk about? Do you have any questions for us?
Well, I want to say that, we just had Season 5 start, so a lot of people are getting really excited, really wanting to get on the team now that they're Diamond, because it's Diamond Masters. That's the minimum requirement for being on CVO. So a lot of people just hit the Diamond bar. Hipster, congratulations, you're a badass, I love you.
Oh, man, he did it? Oh, congratulations,
he did it,
Hipster.
long-awaited last.
Wow.
So, once we finish with this round of tryouts, once the people that we accept, we bring them on, and we have them go through the 1-month trial period. If they make it, we will bring them in. They will be a part of the show, or they'll be a part of the team, and that's when we start to go after new people. And at that point, it's just going to be rolling tryouts. If you're ready, we'll take you, we'll try you out, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I will want to thank the many, many EG sponsors later, but I think somewhere OctanePro said that the chat room had questions or something.
We were just going to see if the chat room had any questions for our CVO team manager.
Oh, wondrous. Now it's time for that awesome lag between what we say and when the stream hears it.
Indeed.
Play the Monty Python music.
They're just getting excited about Hipster right now.
Understandably so. That guy has been working hard. Well, you see, Niku.
No, don't even dignify that with a response.
You go to the store,
Storks.
and you pick out
storks.
either a blue or pink cart. Then you go over to the meat section. You pick out a baby. Take him up front.
For those of you wondering, Niku asked how babies are made. So let me give the official Evil Geniuses explanation for how babies are made. Long ago, there was a man named Scott Smith. Many people today know him as Sir Scoots, but that is his real official name. And he was alone on the earth. He was the only man alive. And so, out of the clay, he brought together life, and he created the very first baby. And he continues to do this day in and day out. And now he uses storks to carry the babies to loving, awaiting parents.
Is that supposed to get funny somewhere?
Oh, screw you. I'm aggravating. I have no... It's like I can't prepare for this stuff.
All right, we have a question from Psych. How many players are going to be on CVO?
As many as they earn it.
So we're not going to have a cap anymore. It's going to be if you're good enough, you're in.
Oh, a cap? Cap's unofficial right now. Yeah, there probably will be one. We don't want to... It's gotten too large in the past. And I think it got unwieldy at that point. But right now, I'm not really going to say that. Because we don't know.
All right. Are you hoping to take on any more responsibilities within EG in the future?
I mean, I would love to move up in the organization. I mean, over the past year, it was MLG Columbus. That was the moment that I realized that I wanted to go into esports. That is something I wanted to do as a business, as a career. I think that being with EG and being connected to them right now, that's like a huge in to the industry. And so if I could expand my roles and operations with them, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to do that. If it will actually happen, I have no idea. And it probably won't be anytime very soon. But yeah, that'd be great.
Another question from the chat room was, have you visited the EG house?
No, but there are some people who are on the web staff who have. Antonio, and he makes me jealous. Every time that the team goes off to a major event, like NASL or MLG, he lives in Arizona. And so since Scott's gone, the team is gone, Anna's gone, he goes and house sits for them.
Oh,
and he
man.
just posts and types for the house all the time. He's there with Poa. He's there with, I guess Hobbs wouldn't be there anymore. He's in Korea, I think. He's there with Barristan. So he just like goes and gets to live in a house for a weekend, and then he
got to take his
he
cat
goes
with
and
him.
had. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna assume that he took Hobbs. That's Idris's cat, for those of you that don't know. And then there are the times where Scoots goes and does barbecue over at the house, and he's invited.
Oh,
nice.
man.
Jelly. I am
And
super
I just have
jelly.
to sit here and listen about it. And not only that, I think I may be the only person on the web staff who still hasn't gone to an event. And because of where I live, there's nothing near me. It's like I can't go to any MLGs because MLG is never... It's like at least an 8-hour drive from wherever I am. I'm a college student. I can't afford a plane ticket.
Yeah, that sucks.
Trust
Yeah.
me. That
That's
is one of my goals for this next year. I want to go to a live event. That's one of my big goals.
Maybe we'll
It'll
give
definitely
away.
be the right time to do it. I mean, over this next year, I'm sure the events themselves are just going to explode.
Yeah. So, well, very cool. Is there anything you want to promote or pimp before we move on to our next guest?
Yes, I would love to pimp the many wonderful EG sponsors, Intel, SteelSeries, Monster Energy, Kingston HyperX, Beyond Gaming, Sixpool Gaming, InWin, Bigfoot Networks, Intel Extreme, Gunner Optics, Slappa, and Split Reason. Those guys pay for my shit. I love them.
Nice. And you didn't read it off your shirt like LZ Gamer did when he was on. That's sweet. Although not as entertaining. I will give it... Oh, okay, you read out that. I will hand it to LZ Gamer. That was very entertaining. She's like, these guys. So, well, very cool. Thank you so much for coming on, Achilles, and thank you so much for everything you do for our community.
Happy to be here, guys. You guys
All right.
rock.
Have a Merry Christmas, dude. Next up, we have Hipster. Oh. It's about to get real weird up in here.
Oh, jeez.
There's the black-rimmed glasses. Yeah, so. I am very stuffed up today.
He is totally going to rub it in my face.
What, that he made diamond?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, yes, indeed, Kyle.
He's already got the voice on. How's it going, Hipster?
I'm doing good, guys. Really
In case you didn't hear the congratulations again.
Oh, thanks. Thanks so much. Worked very hard for that promotion.
I'm sure your parents are proud.
Not.
Mom, Dad, I got a diamond! Where'd you find a diamond? No, in the game! That's nice, son.
No, they're actually, like, they actually think that it means that I'm spending way much more time gaming.
Well, that is what it means, but
yeah.
Okay. They're absolutely right. Wow, your parents know more about StarCraft than I thought.
Well, yes.
Hello, and...
Here yet?
What's that?
Is Disco here yet?
No, I don't believe he is.
Oh, he was going to do the weather, but okay.
Oh, well. Anyways, hello and welcome. Welcome. This is your first time on live, isn't it?
It is. It is totally a pleasure to be finally broadcasting from studio with the two of you.
Sweet.
Disco is here and available if we can invite him.
Yep.
For the weather. And whether the weather be hot. Whether the weather be fair.
I'll turn my video on after the segment because I don't want my internet to screw up.
Okay, cool.
Why would your internet screw up before the segment?
Because I would have video and audio at the same time. Sometimes it lags.
Oh.
I remember during our best of 7, you running to a friend's house to try to bum his internet while you went out.
And it failed.
I would hate for you to have to go through such an exercise again.
It was horrible. I literally took my laptop, unplugged the keyboard and the mouse, put them on a backpack, literally run like 5 blocks, went into my friend's house, and then my dad phones, the internet is back up. I'm like, why?
Awesome. Very awesome. Well, do we have Disco? I see he's being added.
I'm here.
Okay, sweet.
Sweet.
Well, it is time. It is that time, everyone. Time for the most entertaining news segment, Hipster's Community Action News.
Very well. Hello, Garen and Kyle, and welcome, StarCast listeners, to the StarCast Community Action News. This week in the forums, the SOPA Piracy Act was discussed heavily. Most agreed that it is evil and must be sent to Mount Doom in the company of two friendly hobbits. Flash's SC2 rank page was discovered and discussed. The general consensus is that it is the real Flash. Veterax says it is. Hipster says it is. Hipster is clearly correct. Hipster published a guide to the build he uses. Viper immediately published a guide for beating Hipster's builds. A show match is in order for the future. There has been great discussion over how to get the campaign achievements and other general achievement scoring. The true achievement junkies have shown their faces. Dacian, Surfin, just get a life. The GG button has been re-released. Many StarCast ordered a copy. And finally, and certainly not least, the Forum Awards have opened their nominations period. StarCasters will nominate and receive awards for being the most friendly, funny, helpful, and many other categories. And now, the weather with Discorax.
Thanks, Hipster. It's the holidays, and Mother Nature has really outdone herself this year. We're seeing a record number of dark force lightning strikes. It's like Christmas lights, but with the added side effect of destroying your adversary. May the holiday force be with you and the entire Old Republic. Back to you, Hipster.
Thanks for that, Discorax. This was the StarCast Community Action News. StarCraft, stay classy.
Awesome job, Hipster. Awesome job.
This was so hard to do live. Oh my god.
You did it.
How's your voice?
Now I'm turning on my video just so you can see my attire.
Oh, you're fancy.
Oh, step back.
You actually look like a news anchor. That sucks. I wish you could have seen it while you were doing it.
No, but I tried it with Buddha before. I was trying to adjust the levels, and like the audio was choppy and stuff, so I really couldn't do it. In fact, I am so sick that I am losing the news anchor voice right now because I have right now the most horrible cold I've had in years. I'm actually with my pajama pants with stuff.
Oh, that's terrible, man. I'm actually doing the whole show in my boxers. I promised myself it's the Christmas episode. I must do it without pants.
So, yes, indeed.
There's my admission on the show. I am not standing up, though. No one wants to see those legs. No one. No one at all. Not even my girlfriend. It's kind of sad. Well, sweet. So what the New Year's coming up. What's the plans for the StarCast community news in 2012?
I honestly really don't know. Like, my segment was always just me trying to give something back to the community, trying to be a part, trying to basically do something, because I started enjoying it. Like, in the summer, I joined the forums and everything and started doing the segment, and it was always just Hipster segment. I didn't know what it was about. But I think I found this, like, a nice niche, like, the thing I do well. Internet Dave knows his achievements, Achilles knows his history, and I know the community. I'm the most active user in the forums. So I think I'm just going to keep on doing the scan, as I call it to myself, the StarCast Community Action News, for the rest of the year, and hoping it will only get better.
Absolutely. It's an awesome segment. Thank you so much for making us. Now, you're calling us from Colombia?
Indeed, so.
That is incredible. It is. I wouldn't know. Now I know so many people from different countries because of this show. It is amazing that this community has worked out how it has.
It is insane. Like, I've talked to so many people that have become huge friends of mine, and I know that I will keep being friends with them basically for the rest of my life, because I know that I'll go to the U.S. eventually, or at least it's my dream to study in the U.S., especially now more so because of esports, because it is my dream for maybe not this year because it's my last year of school, but maybe for 2 years from now or something, to go and attend an MLG, be at an MLG Orlando, and troll live.
Wondrous.
Yes.
Well, that's freaking awesome, man. Yeah, Kyle, it's a good point about the people from all sorts of different countries. It makes me think of Crash from BlizzCon. He was from Australia. He was a listener of the show, and it was his first time ever coming to the States. And I'm thinking, we're at the StarCast meetup the night before BlizzCon. And I'm just thinking, wow, it's your first time in America, and you came to this bullshit party? God, I feel bad for you. That was one of the coolest moments for me of the show, just being like, holy crap, you're in another country so far away from where I live. I've never been there. I might never go there, but you know who I am.
And we just got a tweet this morning from a guy who just found the show in Germany. And it's just so cool to get things like that.
Yeah. So shout out to that guy. Germany is awesome. I love your food. Oh, I love German food so much. Please send me every sausage you can find.
Beer.
If only Germans had potato pancakes. I know that's Polish, but if those two could just be on the same plate, I would be in absolute heaven.
Well, he'll get lucky and they'll conquer Poland again.
Raven Wormbat was his name.
Oh, okay. Well, very cool.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, sweet. Hipster, what's your StarCraft goals for 2012?
Oh, well, it's interesting because my StarCraft goals for 2011, I started playing, I got a pirate copy of StarCraft, I'm confessing right now, pirate copy, first copy I ever got of StarCraft 2, in October, and I played through the campaign on Brutal. I don't know how I did it. Looking back, I was bronze back then. I beat the whole damn thing in Brutal. I don't know
that
how.
Makes sense. They probably went in and made it easier on the crack that you got.
But yeah, so I got it, and then the 31st of December, I had already ordered my real copy from the U.S., which was lucky because it's cheaper in Colombia. But it turned out it was a starter copy that lasted just 6 months, and then you had to pay for the whole thing, and it's in Spanish. Not cool.
Gotcha.
Not cool at all. It is really funny to hear the quotes in my friends' copies because they have those, and it's like cheesy and horrible and everything. So the 31st of December, I set my New Year's resolutions, and so far I accomplished them both. Do well in school, and diamond. That was my goal for this year, and I cannot believe that I got it because of all the different things that happened throughout the year. Basically, the way that I got into StarCast was really funny because I had never listened to a podcast once in my entire life. I was completely oblivious as to what they were. And a friend of mine, around the same time that I got the game, told me, like, oh, man, have you listened to this podcast thing? And I'm like, oh, well, what is that? And I still don't know why, but I thought, I'm getting StarCraft. Shouldn't I listen to a podcast about StarCraft? That'd be kind of interesting. Let's give it a try. I looked in iTunes, StarCraft podcast, first thing that comes up, big picture of Jim Raynor, StarCraft podcast. I'm like, well, this looks official. I downloaded it.
And then you heard it. You were like, this sucks.
No, absolutely not. At the beginning, I was like, you guys talking about spore crawlers. I didn't know what spore crawlers were at the time. And I was like, I guess I'm going to listen to the Biggest Fan thing they talk about so much. So I went over to Biggest Fan, and then in the end I started listening to both podcasts. And then by summer, I was like, okay, they talk too much about the forums, must join. I had never joined a forum ever. I immediately fell in love with it. So if you're listening and you do not use the forums, use them. They're so freaking amazing. Because it is the place that you find friends. Because I'm an anthropology student, and I've been thinking long and hard about what the hell am I doing? I'm talking to a bunch of people online about a game over a forum, and I feel more friends to them than I do to many of the people I know in real life. So it's weird. And in the end, what happened is because of the policy of never think that something is imbalanced and always just love the game and not talk about basically the bad things in the game that you two guys have enforced. You basically spawned a community where you filtered all the people that don't believe in imbalance and just want to have fun and just love the game, and you created a community with the best of the StarCraft community. So in the end, you have the friendliest, kindest, most handsome people in the world reunited over that one website and the one chat channel. So it really is insane how much the StarCast has changed my life over the past year, especially given that I live in a country where esports is unheard of. Like, no one knows what basically pro gaming is. Everyone thinks it's a joke. Everyone thinks that you cannot make money of it. Everyone thinks it's not a real job. No one knows what casting is. And I was basically stranded. If I had not found the StarCast, I would not be where I am today. Because with the StarCast, I basically reassured myself what I'm doing is not junk. I'm not wasting my time here. I'm not being a no-life, all that kind of stuff. And just thanks to you guys, and a big shout-out to the community, because it's honestly amazing.
Thank you very much, man. That's some of the kindest words I think we've ever received.
That's last rant.
Yeah, I'm blushing. I feel such a great swell of pride for our community from that rant. So,
well, and we had some new members of the forum come over this past week due to the political reasons. They wanted to share their opinions, being not part of the U.S. And they're like, "Oh man, I think I'll stick around here. Everyone's really nice."
Oh, I'm taking my jacket. Screw it.
Let's say you're like wiping sweat from your brow, like you're at doing a surgery or something.
This is hour 55 of broadcasting live.
Yeah, and in my other goals, to be very brief, maybe go to an MLG, start a barcraft. I started a group for Colombian StarCrafters, and there's a big one, basically countrywide. It's like over 100 members or so. And there is another one that I just started. It's just for Cali, my city, opening the window so it comes in. And it's like 6 people. But I've already bullied 10 of my friends into buying the game, basically. And one of them is actually very promising. He's ranked for bronze, and he is working his butt off to get it to silver. So,
oh, that's sweet, man. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about while you had the soapbox, or any questions you had for Kyle and I?
Yes, I want to hear what were your New Year's resolutions for last year, if you do remember them, both real life and StarCraft New Year's resolutions, if you did have any. And what will be you two guys, like someone in the forums pointed out, StarCraft and real life New Year's resolutions.
All right, Kyle, go first.
Oh man, sadly I remember mine. Mine was to get to Diamond in the middle of summer, and that did not happen. I haven't done my placement match. I have been ill. I've been playing turn-based strategy games because I love strategy games so much. I can't stop playing them even when I'm sick, but I'm not touching those placement matches until I'm feeling better. But I am definitely going for Diamond again. I've been working very hard on getting my ZVZ up the most. My PVZ is just phenomenal. It blows my mind. I have no idea why I do so well in that right now. And my TVZ, or ZVT, is pretty decent. So really my ZVZ is what's keeping me down at the moment. My personal goal was to work full-time as a voiceover artist and do podcasting. And for the moment, that's going well. I am sustaining myself. I am very happy now. I mean, this is all freelance work, so it comes and goes here and there. I have a bare bones life at the moment, but I get to do what I love for a living. So my biggest New Year's goal is to keep doing what I love to do.
Sweet. Well, I guess I'm next, aren't I?
Indeed.
Yep.
Well, my New Year's resolutions last year were to get a job, because I had just moved back from California and I was jobless. Get a girlfriend, specifically Katie. I had my eye on her. We had previously dated, and I was like, I'm going to get her back. So help me God, whatever I do, I'm going to get her back. Get a house, and bring StarCast back from the pit of despair it had fallen into during the winter. And I accomplished all 4 goals. Actually, 3 of them I accomplished very quickly. In middle of January, I got a job as a graphic designer. I got a house. I mean, I didn't buy it. I'm renting a house, but it's a nice little house. And I got Katie back. And we are still dating. We're very happy. We're about to celebrate 1 year. Technically 5 years, because we dated 4 years from high school to college. They broke up for a while. It's very dramatic. We should make a Lifetime movie about our relationship. And StarCast has now, I mean, in the last month, I mean, holy shit. I texted Kyle the other day. Kyle, you can attest to this. Like, can you believe we almost stopped doing the show a year ago?
It's madness. There was a strange, it was a horrifying little lull. The excitement, the beginning excitement of the game had faded away. Esports had not taken off in the public eye yet, and there was this just weird lull. No one had started doing bar crafts this time last year. At least personal people promoting Barcrafts. We hadn't had really, I mean, the NASL hadn't begun. The MLG was just being hinted at. And other than the GSL, which we were being told to watch, but there were so many matches and we didn't know who people were, and there weren't any American players to help follow and be fans of to get us into it. We were just kind of overwhelmed and confused almost this exact time last year. It's really surprising. And then 2 months ago, we went on our big tour of esports doing MLG and then down to BlizzCon. And then we had MLG Clutch on soon after that. And just things started falling into place. And I have been having a blast with this show.
Yeah, MLG Orlando was really the turning point for the show. But yeah, last winter was just bad. I mean, I had just moved back. I had no job. I'd just gone through a bad breakup. So the show just fell by the wayside for me personally. And like you said, Kyle, the whole scene kind of just like just kind of slowed down, fell asleep, went to bed for the winter, and we didn't know where to go with the show. We didn't really know what to do. We were just starting to grasp esports. When we started the show, we didn't know what the hell esports were.
We had beta keys, and we were excited about them, and we wanted to talk about this show because we wanted to talk about this game because no one was really talking about it online. And we saw the other shows starting to pop up. We didn't know who these people were. We didn't know who this Day 9 guy was. We didn't know who DJ Wheat with his... I remember his podcast being posted for the first time because we're looking it up. We're seeing kind of what the landscape looked like. And he's like, oh, man, I'm bringing on all of my old pro player friends. And we're like, oh, jeez.
We're doomed.
Yeah, we're so doomed. We're going to fall by the wayside.
I remember the kiss of death for me was, because I'm a big podcast fan, which is why we started this, is when Scott Johnson announced, I'm doing the creep. And I'm just like, that's it?
Yeah.
We're done.
We're done.
Shut it down.
He's taken over. And then we started the campaign roundtable and got him on. And, I mean, that was just nothing but a hug fest, like everyone just being supportive of one another. And, and basically we started to find our own niche. And it was so great that it was with the community. And like Hipster said, I think that's the best thing. This show, because of the way we conduct ourselves here, has just put up this weird screen that, and sure, we get trolls from now and then, but for the most part, it's just this wall of happiness. And if people are too angry to get by it, they don't join the community, and it's great.
It's true. I've seen trolls in the chat room, in the chat channel before. They're just demolished. Like, everyone will just gang up on the trolls and be like, oh, you mad, bro? You mad, bro? And stuff like that. And at the end, the trolls are like, you guys are dumb. And they leave, and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah, we showed that troll.
Well, and a month ago, we kind of made and this was kind of weird of us because we'd been doing this show for quite a while. I mean, this is episode 83. We finally decided, okay, let's post that we do a show on Team Liquid. Let's just let it happen. I mean, OctanePro was like, have you guys done this? Are you insane? We're like, no, we're afraid. We're afraid of all the crazy mad people.
Well, I'm not active on Team Liquid's forums. And much like you, Hipster, the StarCast forums were the first forums I ever joined and was ever active in. And I was never a big forum.
For me, I did Harry Potter forums.
Well,
that's true.
Just because you're a loser. But the Team Liquid forums are very... They're the shit. I mean, that's where it is. You don't get more serious and more legit StarCraft than you do on the Team Liquid forums. So to come to it as a new person to promote the show, I thought it was bad form. I didn't want to just create an account and, oh, hey, this guy's first post is pimping his podcast. I just didn't think that was right. And like I said, in the early days, we were just learning what esports was. And I was like, no, we're not worthy of Team Liquid yet. So... the last few weeks, yeah, I figured it was high time to make a Team Liquid post. But yeah, share the StarCast love. I want everyone listening to go out there and tell at least 2 more people about our show.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
If you could do that, that's what I want for Christmas.
I got one IRL friend into Biggest Fan. I told him to listen to both things, but he's not that much into StarCast, so he just stuck with Biggest Fan.
Well, that doesn't help me. I'm not on that show. Screw that show.
More than once. You were on beer.
You were once. You still haven't answered. What is your New Year's resolution?
I have no idea. It pretty much I want... No, you know what? Scratch that. I do. I want to somehow, I don't know how I'm going to do this show full time. And it sounds easier than it is because I have to somehow make money from this show. So that is what I'm trying to wrap my head around right now, because I would love to do this show daily. Kyle and I have been sitting around, and we're like, all right, daily content's where it's at. And, we've got 4 segments in the show, so we could break it up and do it 4 days a week. It doesn't seem too bad, but I would not be able to pull that off with a full-time job. So my goal for 2012 is get StarCast to a point where I'm making at least as much money as I am now with my day job so that I can quit and do this full-time and hopefully add maybe 1 or 2 new shows and maybe start making a StarCast network.
Wow, nice. And Rise wants to do a podcast on Minecraft, so you just hire him.
There you go. Done deal. Done deal. So,
how about leagues? But you want to play on?
I'd like to finally make it. I would like to say I'd like to get to Diamond. I'd really love to be in Diamond. But again, until I can be a gamer / podcaster full time, I don't think it's going to happen. Writing the show. I spend more time researching and writing for StarCast than I do playing StarCraft. So getting to Diamond just isn't feasible right now.
That happened. My mind was blown when Artusa said I haven't played the campaign because of all the casting. I'm like, what? You haven't played the campaign for the game?
Is that toilet paper?
Exactly, more or less your situation. But yeah, Diamond is it's weird. I know I just got into it, but in the words of what Harp tweeted at me, it's the sickest thing because the people that cheese you actually have sick unit control. It's insanity. And Buddha told me, at this level, strategy actually matters. You cannot A-move anymore. And I'm like, I like this. It's really nice.
Yeah, well, freaking awesome, man. Anything you'd like to promote or whatever before we move on to the next guest? Twitter, Facebook?
Yes, this must be a very noble moment because Shadow Wisp wrote a very small obituary. So, solemn silence, please, as I will now read the obituary for Garrett's hair. Hair, you were hair, you were long, you were poofy. You caressed Garrett's face like a lover after midnight. You were there for BlizzCon for MLG. You saw the show grow into what it is today. You will be missed. Garrett's face will never be the same without you. Rest in peace, sweet strands of the night.
Truly moving.
Thank you, Shadow Wisp.
Indeed. Now, for the pimping out of my stuff, you can follow me on Twitter at HipsterSD2. I tweet tweets. I'm also on Entertainment Podcast with Sandman and Internet Dave. We interview all sorts of people over there. It's a blast. We're just basically starting with episode 20. So we're basically all of us getting into the hang of how we work. You can listen to that podcast there. And my live stream on Justin TV is Hipster SE, but until I get better bandwidth, it's not much. But if you want to preemptively follow me, it's Hipster SE on Justin TV, Hipster SE2 on Twitter, and that is all.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Hipster, and have a wonderful holiday. And we'll hear from you again in 2012. It's going to be very exciting.
I hope that when I come back for the community show of 2012, you'll be saying that you got to Diamond. Same for you, Kyle.
I'd rather be saying I'm doing the show full time, but yeah.
Oh, thanks. Let's go for fun.
I owe you another best of 7 where I beat you this time. You dropping bastard.
I'm not going to get into why I dropped it. Anyway.
It was so funny. I was watching, what was it? It was the NASL finals, this past one. And I turned to my girlfriend. I'm like, what'd you think of those? And she's like, those were so much better than the BlizzCon GSL finals. I hate dropping. It bores the crap out of me. And I'm like, oh, thank you. This is my girlfriend, everyone. She hates drops.
She hates drops. She's the one.
That's a keeper right there.
Yeah, you should propose to her by dropping out of a helicopter.
That is a pretty good idea.
Oh, there you go.
And a barbershop quartet there, singing the thing for StarCraft.
That would be impressive. Are they doing the ba 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 and like the big guy in the bass and ba da da?
No, I think you should have a DJ play the remix because our remix is way better than the original.
I am so excited to get whatever the opening song of Heart of the Swarm is and get that remix for us. I have no idea what that song is yet. I
have no idea if Brian will actually do it. I'm going to see him though. I'll threaten him with physical harm.
Oh, I mean, well, when we did that, that was about the only music guy we knew. Now we have a whole community of people. We could very well have ourselves a contest.
That is very true. That is very damn true. So, well, very cool. Hipster, we got to let you go because we got to get Sandman up in this hizzy.
Thanks a lot for having me, guys. It's been a blast.
It's great having you. So next up we have Sandman, who I'm not sure if he's doing his segment live or if he's... Because he actually sent us a recorded segment because I didn't tell him, oh, yeah, we're going to be doing live segments.
I think he is going to do it live, actually. But, here he is.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm good. I just recorded. I recorded. I was up really late last night. I lost a lot of sleep over this. I recorded the segment and everything, and I was like, I got to get my segment done. And
Are you wearing a blazer?
I am wearing a blazer. Hipster inspired me. He pulled me into a video chat moments before I...
Okay. All right. F this. I'm done. I'm sick of being upstaged.
Wait a sec. Hipster. This is for you,
I already
buddy.
put on my Christmas sweater. Got my little James Bond look going on. I'm happy with myself. It's a pleasure to see you.
Actually what I did was I took the concept that I had in my segment and I turned it into an actual script, because normally what I do is I take notes on this pad right here. You can see this is the one I did.
Pad.
This very pad. This is the pad where all the magic happens. Although actually the first time that I did the segment, it was on Post-it notes, and I was just like, hey, it'd be cool if I did a StarCast segment where I reviewed mods, because they don't talk about mods on that.
No, I don't know if you ever heard the old before the 25 episodes, but we were looking for someone to do exactly what you cover.
Yes!
So you filled a perfect niche for us. I'm so happy that your segment has continued to happen.
Yeah, this makes 19.
Oh, awesome. I was going to say, Discorax makes a really good point in the chat channel. You look way more hipster than Hipster.
Well, that's because I'm wearing the glasses, and Hipster's kind of rubbed off on me.
Oh.
It's after 3 or 4 podcasts with him, especially the Jeffrey DeMunn interview, we've bonded into kind of a I like to say a mentally disabled casting archon. It's it's one of those things. It's like we're not quite tasteosis, but we've got something going.
Oh, nice. Well,
yeah.
Sweet. Well, hello and welcome to StarCast.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
I know you are. I'm excited too. Big e-hug. So you have a live segment for us, correct?
I do. The music is kind of not going to work with it, but I think I'll be able to play Mr. Sandman. Let's see. I'll kick it off, and if not, I'll just keep reading. Whatever. Yep. But here we go.
It's very low.
Hey, StarCast, Sandman here with the Mod Spot episode 19. Notes? I'm live on StarCast. I don't got time for notes. Let's do this. The mod we'll be looking at today is definitely not Nazi zombies. It's N-A-Z, that upward pointing thing that you get when you hit Shift 6 zombies. It's coming to us from a guy who calls himself Night Slayer. I like to think that he does not so much slay individual knights as he does lay with plural ones. Moving on. Whoever this guy is, he has fallen into the common trap of naming your mod after its vastly superior inspiration, because not zuppy zombies is, in a word, bad. That's right, person who emailed me asking me why I don't review mods that I don't enjoy. It's not good. Despite a tutorial and a relative mirroring of the key concepts of Nazi zombies, this mod is shoddy. It goes from way too easy to way too difficult at the drop of a hat, and there's no way of telling which weapons are the best, and to be honest, it doesn't even make sense once you figure it out. Last time I checked, a Desert Eagle that does not run out of ammo is better than a lead pipe, but what do I know? The one saving grace of this mod is the line of sight feature. When you move your character towards a window, the fog of war moves away only in places your character could actually see for real. This adds slightly to the challenge. However, if I wanted to look out a window realistically, I wouldn't be sitting at my computer playing StarCraft. I'd be playing Skyrim. The zippity-bippity-bombity zombies gets a 1 out of 5. Until seconds after I finish saying this and go into the interview, this has been Sandman. Here's hoping I didn't put you to sleep.
Wondrous. Sandman, I want you to know that your segment is the only one my father has ever mentioned to me.
Oh, goodness.
I guess he listens to the show, and like one day he was just like, "Oh man, that Sandman guy had me rolling. I couldn't believe he played the Sandman song." I was just like, "Oh, Dad," and then I was getting to think. I started thinking, that's probably the only thing he understood that we talked about on the whole show.
You know, my parents have mentioned you as well, except for it was, I think I was starting to understand StarCraft, but then he just started talking about things I didn't get.
Actually, I got the exact opposite reaction from my parents. My dad listened and he was like, wow, even though I don't know what the hell you're talking about, it really just sounds like something that I should be understanding, and so I'm going to smile and nod and act like I get it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
So,
also to clear it up, because the reason my name is Sandman is not because I am into that, that song Enter Sandman, the Metallica song, and it's not because I'm obsessed with Spider-Man. It's because my last name is Sanders, and I made my name Sandman without taking into account the dozens of nerds across the internet who have already named themselves Sandman.
See, I thought it was because of the Neil Gaiman comic series.
Oh, maybe that. Well, actually, that could be another backstory. I mean, I'm a kind of a strange superhero person type thing. Maybe. No.
Maybe, I don't know. Who knows?
Whatevs.
So, well, sweet man. What's your plan for the future for 2012 of ModSpot? Just to play more mods?
Well, actually, I'm probably going to plug this officially at the end of the show, but my YouTube channel has really been doing well. I started doing it with my best friend who kind of is semi-active on the forum, but he's my best friend since 6th grade, and he has this sick gaming rig, so I was like, hey, I'm playing on a MacBook Pro right now, although my unfinished gaming computer is sitting right over here.
Nice.
Oh,
so I'm working on that. It's turning on and stuff, but I've got to like troubleshoot the motherboard or so. I don't know. It's all jargon to me. He's helping me build it, but we've really taken off, and I posted on Team Liquid about the videos that we've been making on YouTube, and we've gotten a lot of feedback about how if we just cleaned it up a little bit, we'd get a lot more viewers, and so I have a whole remix for it that I'll kind of keep people updated with. And actually, the guy who made Magecraft, which was the second video or the second mod that I reviewed, and the first mod that I reviewed on my YouTube channel, he found the video, and we're now friends, and I'm in talks with him to get an early peek at his newest mod that he's just been creating, and it's still kind of testing it, but I'd get a video first peek, and he has connections and stuff because he was featured on the StarCraft main page.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, Magecraft was a huge part of Warcraft 3.
Yeah, so he's pretty awesome, and he's really nice too. Like I think he thinks that I'm more important than I am because he's kind of like, whoa, and then you should do a video of this, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Awesome.
Dude, no, don't never feel that way. First of all, you are important, and secondly, you just act like you are. You just do what Kyle and I do when people are like, "Oh, you do a podcast? Oh, we should do this, that, and the other." Just be like, "Yes, we're very important. We're like the presidents of StarCraft. Yeah. We created the game."
I'm wearing a blazer.
Yes, exactly. Like Clutch said. How did you get your job, Clutch? Well, I had my blazer in my car, and the rest is history.
I was inspired by that. I've been keeping this blazer in my locker at school for the last 3 weeks just because of that.
You never know. Yep.
You never freaking know. Well, sweet. What about the game? What's your goals for StarCraft 2?
Well, seeing as I've been in rehearsals for my school musical pretty much every day for the last 3 months, it's to actually play StarCraft 2, the game, because I've been just kind of the only chance I've been getting to play StarCraft. I've been playing mods, searching for stuff to do my segments on. So to actually, I haven't done a 1v1 since early September. So. Or a ladder 1v1 since early September, so it'll be nice to get back into it and actually be able to improve as a player as well as a podcast person now.
Well, you've also been applying for college and all sorts of other madness going on.
I just got, so I have some great news. I got into the radio program at Emerson College.
Oh, congratulations.
So, and I also got into SUNY New Paltz and SUNY Purchase, so that's...
Oh, man.
I'm currently 3 for 3 on college acceptances, and I'm hoping to hear from other places too. But I mean, Emerson, they sent me a hat.
Oh,
it makes me.
I just got this. Oh, it's a very exciting time. I remember getting accepted into the college I went to, and it was just I was so stoked. I went home.
I remember my decision being made for me for the colleges that accepted me.
What? Only one accepted you?
Yeah.
It's okay. You can admit it. I distinctly remember, for those of you who don't know, I attended the Ringling College of Art and Design. Then it was called the Ringling School of Art and Design here in Sarasota, Florida. And my dog is running around in the background behind me. But it was funny. I was literally filling out my application for UCF, and then I when I got my acceptance from Ringling, and I literally just took my application for UCF and just chucked it in the garbage. It's like, well, done. All right, sweet.
That's it.
Yeah. So that was a good day. I remember that. I'll never forget that.
I am so happy I didn't get accepted to the schools I was going for, because I was applying for straight theater, 100% being a stage actor for the rest of my life. And that is intense, to say the least. I mean, theater schools are crazy.
I'm really glad you didn't do that, because I would like to be your friend.
Yes, and I would have to live and breathe it.
Hey, whoa, chill, guys. My dad has made a living as a stage actor and as a voice actor. He actually he's got like Golden Voice Awards for a bunch of different audiobooks that he's done.
That's awesome.
He also just played Titus Andronicus at the Public Theater. There were literally buckets of blood just being splashed everywhere. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
I came down. I was like, I'm proud to be your son. Yes.
No insult to theater people anywhere. I mean, many of them are my best friends, but you gotta love that stuff. And I love cartoons. I love radio. I sadly probably will never be able to do an audiobook because of my dyslexia. Reading aloud for hours at a time. We'll see what. Maybe I'll get robot eyes someday. That'll help me out. But until then, dyslexia will continue to be the burden of reading a book.
Yeah, no hate either from me. I just always tease Kyle because I've teased you multiple times, Kyle. I'm like, oh, theater kids, they're so weird. Ugh.
Dude, that's what you got to. That's how you made your mark. It was like everyone's hating on you in high school. Let's just go hang out with all the weird other kids. Hey, they're in theater. Let's do a play together.
Awesome. So, anything else you want to talk about, or any questions you have for Kyle and I?
Oh, well, I just want to say thanks to you guys, because, I mean, I've for the last... my concepts of time and space and movement of time is kind of warped because I'm in high school, my last 2 years of high school, so I've kind of lost track of what day it is. But, I mean, every time I'm going off to school in the morning, or I'm spending a long evening at school, rehearsing for the musical or whatever it was that I was doing 2 weeks ago or months ago, I would just be listening to StarCast, and you guys got me through many a hard morning or an annoying morning where I just couldn't get up, and I just wanted to thank you guys for that, personally.
That's awesome.
Glad to help, man. Glad to help. I always love hearing like when people listen to us, especially the dude that almost crashed his car the other week.
Is it bad that I laughed on that? Because I was sitting on the subway and I started laughing, and everybody was just like,
No, I don't think it's bad. I was like laughing hard when I previewed it. Like when we first got the call, I generally preview things before I put on the show. Sometimes I'm just like, all right, I hope they're not just saying we suck. But
and there's always those times where I'm going, well, Garrett listened to this, I'm sure, and I posted, or Garrett assumes I've listened to it, and then we have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but no, I was cracking up, and Katie came in, my girlfriend, she's like, well, what's so funny? I'm like, you have to listen to this. This dude almost died while listening to us. Oh, and I know it's terrible, but his joke was very right. They go to check his his phone or his iPod. Well, what was he doing in his last moments? StarCast, the StarCraft podcast. That's how I want to go out, man. Listening to myself.
Actually, on that topic, I heard I X'd out of the stream. I have verbal derps sometimes, but I X'd out of the stream before Hipster finished up. But I heard that he plugged Entertainment, the podcast that was started by Dave, and then he joined, and then I joined.
Yep.
And I don't know how much he said about it, but I missed the last episode they recorded because I was performing, and at the very end of it, Hipster said, "Man, we need Jamie. We need Jamie. He's cool. I miss Jamie." And I said out loud, "I miss you too." And I was once again sitting on the subway, and this lady and her little kid, like this lady pulls her little kid as far away from me as she possibly can, and I'm just like, Well, looks like that's my stop, and I got off 3 stops too early.
Dude, there was this horrible period of time in Scott Johnson's podcast, the Film Sack, where he'd do, trope alert, whoop, and like play this alarm noise. And I'd always be on the train, and I'd hear this alarm noise, and people probably thought I was crazy because I'd go, what? And start looking around, looking for where the alarm came from. I mean, these things happen. Sometimes you have to dive out of the way of some emergency car driving down or even a taxi honking at you while you're walking through a park. That happened to me yesterday.
When they used to play, when Burning Crusade, the World of Warcraft expansion, was like new and hot, when Scott Johnson used to play the Fell Reaver sound effect on the instance,
jeez, yeah.
I'd be listening to it on my car on the way to college, and I'd listen to things very loud, yes, even talking, because I want to hear Tom Merritt blaring into my head. And it would, oh my god, I would freak out because I was playing Burning Crusade at the time, and the Fell Reaver was the bane of my existence. I was out there trying to kill boars, damn it, and I would constantly
somehow he'd sneak up on you.
Yeah, exactly. So I would hear this thing in real life and just go, swerve! Oh, it was terrible.
So you have reviewed quite a few mods at this point. What is your favorite of all the mods? Do you agree with the top list of 15 or so they have up there? Some of them are even doubled these days. Like there's double hero attack. There's double the Desert Strike.
Well, I gotta say, I mean, I'm gonna go refer to my my handy dandy notebook.
You need a giant green armchair.
Oh yes, I do. Actually, I have like a birthday card from Steve from when I was really little, and it's really great. And I don't know where it is. But
wait, Steve himself? He sent you a birthday
card?
Yeah,
Steve himself gave me a birthday card because my mom has the same agent as him. So.
Wow.
So,
awesome.
Yeah, so cool. But and then he left, and they replaced him with his lame ass cousin. But whatever.
Oh, age disparity! I never thought that show was cool.
But I really think that I've kind of, because I definitely look at what's at the top, because sometimes I don't have friends around to play test maps with me, and so it's handy to just be able to jump into a game that I know, okay, there are going to be people playing this, and there will be some people who are really bad at it, some people who are really good at it, and I'll just kind of see how. Yeah, that's good because you can then test the curve of people who are going to jump into it, and I can say whether or not you're going to need to bring friends. But I think my tops for the entirety of my time playing StarCraft, which, I mean, I've been in since mid-beta, and I'm still terrible at the game, but still, the fact is that I think Magecraft is still my number one. It's just because it has updated, it's been updated by Aphotic, who is the guy who made it. He's been changing it constantly since he put it into StarCraft 2, and that's just really admirable. And like the fact that he sticks with it and he constantly playtests the different modes in it. Like he made a Dota within Magecraft one time, and then he saw that nobody really liked it, so he took it out and he replaced it with another game type. And so just that stick-to-itiveness and the fact that it has a really strong core game is really admirable. And then other than that, well, clearly I don't like Knott's up point thing. Do you know what that's called? What is that thing where you press Shift 6 called? Like the
Dude, someone
arrow.
unleashed that they knew how to do a heart in there the other day. I didn't even know about these shift keys until like 3 days ago.
Oh god, it's so weird. But
Yeah.
so
I have no idea, dude. Don't know what to tell you.
It's amazing. Some of those mods have actual trackers for game time in them. And boy, last night I was playing, what was it? TD Defense. It's whatever the very top one is right now. It's a very fun game. Came over from, Legion TD is what it was in Warcraft 3. Now it's in StarCraft 2. And some people have days cataloged in there. I'm like sitting at like 3 hours played at this thing, and there are people with days. 7 days was the one I saw last night. I know I've seen more.
Well, also, actually, I have a personal recommendation for Garrett, because even though I know you don't like tower defenses, but because I'm
hate them.
Yep. No, but because I'm not in a recording, so you can't be like, oh, the recording's done, so I don't have to listen anymore. I'm right here talking to you. And for Kyle, because Kyle accepts tower defenses, it's called Line Tower Wars, and basically it's you can send guys from your base or from your line to attack other people's lines, and you can get everything from like a sheep to like Kerrigan to attack the other people, and then you can steal their lives, and so it's a chance to actually be aggressive and have some strategy with like when you're going to send certain unit types, and it's Yeah, Kyle, make him play it. Make him play it, Kyle.
No, it's fun. Your economy is based on how many things you send. So you need to judge between building towers for your own life defense and sending units to steal lives, and whoever has the most lives at the end wins, and whoever has 0, gets kicked out early. It was an old Warcraft 3 mod, and like I said, I didn't play an inch of competitive Warcraft 3. It was all mods. So I am well familiar with the games that have transitioned over.
Well, that is I might try it, maybe. Possibly.
Maybe sometime.
When I'm done with the Old Republic.
Oh, that's right. Old Republic. I really
I have good games to play.
So sad. Republic. If I could just build my freaking gaming computer, I don't know what's wrong with it, but okay, that's about it. I mean, I do have a list of other top ones. Check out. I think I said this a while ago, but check out European Risk Revulsion, which it's fun and it can either be a quick strategy game where you quickly get knocked out and you quickly take over, or it can turn into, okay, I call that I'm going to be this island over here. You can be that one. Oh wait, you need 100% to win. Well, that's too bad because I filled this entire island with Marines, so you can't land anything on it. Oops. Looks like we're going to be the United Nations and debate things. And that always amuses me. I spent a good 2 hours just talking to these random people about the state of nuclear things because I was it's wonderful. The modding community doesn't get nearly as much credit as it should, I think. And it's nice to have a chance to grab those ones from even sometimes I'll delve into the bowels of the StarCraft 2 custom game section and pull out something that nobody ever heard of, and I'm now playing it every day with my friends just because I have 4 people who are available to play with me, and I was like, hey, cool, let's play this game, and then I recommend it, and then sure, nobody plays it because nobody takes my advice because I'm just Sandman. But
that is true. You are just Sandman.
Well, that's awesome. I'm sure if you got in contact with those people, they would, I'm sure, love to hear the feedback and that you're pimping their games on a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lord knows Blizzard's not really helping us with that. So I'm glad someone out there is doing that job as a very loud motorcycle drives by.
Yeah, that guy's cool.
Well, we gotta get on to Patrick, OctanePro. We're running short on time, but
I love Octane. He's so cool.
He is the man. He does more for the show than a lot of people know. But before you go, anything else you want to promote besides entertainment?
I said, entertainment, but no, yeah, you just said entertainment. So listen to entertainment. Also, the Jeffrey DeMunn interview, I thought that was going to be really great because people, love Jeffrey DeMunn because he's awesome. But everybody listen to that. Come on.
Who is he?
Jeffrey DeMunn is Dale from The Walking Dead.
Oh, holy crap. How did you get him?
He has the same agent as my mother. Once
again. Neat.
My parents have good connections. It's good. It's nice. But also, check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/SC2modspot. And we're going to have a big channel redesign soon. We're going to have an actual ending screen with clips of the show or with clips of the game that kind of has the ratings and what part replayability and you'll see when you go. See, because if I tell you now, you might never go. But
yeah, knock it up a notch.
It's the mystery. Also, I just want to say, Kyle, you're gorgeous. And Garrett, you're also gorgeous. Screw that other guy. You guys are both gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're gorgeous.
Long hair or short hair?
StarCast shirt. I as a person who thought he looked really good with long hair for a long period of time and then cut it to short, I'm going to say stick with the short hair, Garrett. Stick with the short hair.
Good. It's way more convenient. And I can see now when I merge.
I think you look like less of a gamer, more of a host.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, with the short hair. It's very formal.
Gotcha. Well, all right, Sandman, thanks for coming on, man. Everyone, make sure you do go check out his YouTube channel. Lord knows he works hard enough, so you should go give him some eyes. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on, man. Have a Merry Christmas. Next up, we've got Patrick, who as soon as he kicks over from the audio, which he's currently piping in for us, will begin speaking. So, and oh snap, I think he's coming in.
Alrighty, bear with me here 1 sec.
Oh yeah. And again, to the podcast listening audience, we apologize for the not as smooth transition as usual, but this is just how this episode is. We're piping in so many people from Skype. Deal with it, because I don't feel like editing all this jazz.
That's why I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whatever. You don't need to cut all this stuff out. It's fine.
No, yeah, I'm not going to bust my buns like I do for, the big names. I don't care, but no, I love these guys. I'll still make you sound good. I'll see if I can't get Disco's mic slamming down to be audible.
I don't know about that.
Good luck with that one.
Patrick, are we going to have video from you?
We should. I'm working on getting you guys in your proper little spots here, and
it resets every time we bring someone in, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of touchy-feely. It's not used to being people being thrown everywhere. It looks like I'm getting thrown in here now, so bear with me. And
awesome. Now you've got a blazer.
I had to.
Come on.
I had to. Come on now. I was like, oh man, everyone's got their blazer on. I was like, I haven't worn my blazer in like 2 years. I was like, all right, I better break it out. So I broke it out, and then I've worn it the entire time that Sandman was on, and the entire time I'm like sweating ridiculously, and I'm like, how are these guys doing it?
Well, I've got the fan on right above me, as you can see in the reflection of Diablo behind me. But
so yes,
This is just getting outrageous.
I'm just about situated. I just need to get Kyle in here, and I do apologize for the live stream. It's a lot of work in the first place, and then to have yourself live, it's like, oh, crap.
Yeah, that's why we never did it before, because there was just no way for me to manage all this jazz while doing the show.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
All right, sweet. Well, hello and welcome, Patrick / OctanePro, as the people on the forums know you, but I'll be calling you Patrick because, well, we talk a lot. We talk a lot. You and I could do a podcast about preparing for this podcast. We talk so much.
We really do. Like, I get on. It's funny because people think hey, we just wing this, and Wednesdays are usually do I get the care package from Garrett Day? Yeah, and today it would be Tuesday, and I get an email from Garrett, and he's like, I'm so sorry, I forgot to send you everything.
This episode was flying by the seat of its pants, damn near didn't happen. We didn't know what we were going to do. We just know we wanted to do something fun and casual. And it's the last episode of the year. We're not just going to be and this week we got a hot fix, and season 5 started, and there was an interview with Burger. So.
It's true, but at the same time, if everyone's feeling the holiday lull, no one wants to be working right now. And even fun work such as this. Man, I turned in my very last project Monday, and that's it. I think my own body checked out on me.
Well, that's my boss sends me an email today. He's like, hey, Friday's kind of an optional day for you, so if you want to take off, I'm like, I will take that option. Thank you very much. I will not be working.
Oh, you lucky bastard. I have to work Friday, but I do get a whole week off. I'm very excited, so I'll be hopefully hitting level 50 in Star Wars so I can get back to grinding out StarCraft.
Yeah, I got my collector's edition last night, and it took me an hour to unbox the whole thing and read through everything. And then I get on StarCraft because there's a 600 queue in Star Wars, and I'm like, Season 5? That came out today? I was like, oh! But of course I couldn't play because I had a few glasses of wine, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to have my placement based off of my performance tonight, so we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I'm definitely hoping for Platinum right now. I have to go off of Discorax, which the got gold right there.
Nice. Nice.
So that's from MLG. As a gold member, I got that last MLG. So, yeah. Platinum's my hopes right now.
Well, for those of you who don't know what Patrick does, he is our video guy for the twitch.tv/StarCast show live show. And if you're one of those podcast guys, and I love podcasts. I truly do. That's why I started doing the show. I've had a fond love of podcasting for a long time. But if you have not taken the time to go check out our live show, there is a small part of all three of us that hate you because we put so much effort into doing the Twitch TV show. And if you haven't checked it out, well, do it. It's so much fun. We have a great time during the live shows. The chat room is, well, absurd, to say the least. Everyone's very fun in there. No, we get trolled from time to time, but they get swiftly banned. But also check it out after the fact. Go watch the VODs. Put it on at work in the corner when your boss isn't paying attention. We put a lot of effort into it lately, and it's really awesome. And we owe 99.9% of that to Patrick here.
Oh, you mean the guy behind me? Oh, you're talking about me now.
Yes, you.
Yeah, I was actually rather surprised how you did this on your own originally before I came on to the StarCast kind of scene with you guys. Trust me, it is like a full-time job when you are sitting in front of this computer doing the video production. So I do not know how you did it originally.
It was like Day 9 style. It was just me in my bedroom.
Yep, and these strings of expletives every time a hiccup would happen, and oh man, there's been some growing pains here at StarCast as we've slowly added new segments, new parts of the show. I mean, I was looking at old notes today, all the way back to 36, which was the first episode of this year, and we didn't even have esports at that point in time. We certainly didn't have the finite sections we had. I don't think we even had drops for some of the segments as well. I mean, things were still growing, and it's amazing that it's come as it is.
We've done a lot. We've done a lot in a year.
Yeah, while we're actually on that subject, I do have a question for you guys. Where do you see the show down the road? And I'm not saying, generally. I'm just saying, like, as a dream, where would you like to see the show? And granted, Garrett did touch on it earlier, but like, how would you like to see this show? With guest types or format or anything like that. What are your hopes for the show down the road?
Well, Kyle, I'll let you take it first since I somewhat touched on this earlier.
I would love to see this show be exactly what it's always been, just a community-driven show. There are so many people out there that don't get to hear their opinions, and in fact, there has been a great hole, and we talked about it on past shows, where all these people have been getting bought up by other companies, and many people have found the StarCast as a place to share their opinions and help esports grow in their own way without having to deal with, oh, I'm not allowed to say this, oh, I'm not allowed to announce that yet, and just getting to speak their minds. I would love to continue to be a part of that world, and also to bring, just casual players into the world of esports and make that grow.
Very cool.
I would like to be the Conan O'Brien of StarCraft. I love having guests on. I've had so much fun these past few weeks with the different guests we've had on, and the guests that we have lined up for January, and the unannounced guest for February has me very freaking excited. And I would just like to keep that going. I'd love this mix. We're like a StarCraft variety show, and I love it, and I want to keep that going. I love the different segments. I would inevitably like to have it to be a daily format, 4 to 5 days a week. Right now, we've got the 4 segments, so we could break it up and do, Monday is news, Tuesday is strategies, Thursday is esports, and or whatever. Something like that. And these are all things we've been mulling around, and we're trying to figure out how to make it work. And unfortunately, a lot of it just comes down to, I have a full-time job, and until I make money, it's just not going to happen.
I completely understand. I get home from work about 5 o'clock on Wednesdays or usually Thursdays, and then I spend the remainder of my evening until 7 o'clock prepping for the show. So I completely understand. It is not just, hey, let's turn on the camera and talk.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, but we've done a lot in a year, and if we can keep the pace of growth that we did in 2011 in 2012, I don't think we're going to have much issue achieving a lot of our goals.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, in the future, we'll actually have a chance to meet Garrett and Kyle. I know Garrett did say if he ever meets me in the future, I'm going to get a large, not homosexual hug from him.
It's going to be awkward. It's going to be really awkward. And long and tight, and I'm going to whisper in your ear, just accept it. Just accept it. So, but
I look forward to it.
You deserve the awkward hug, man. If you don't want an awkward hug, don't work so damn hard for our show.
Exactly, I agree.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure I gave Discorax a pretty awkward hug at BlizzCon because he's a damn hardworking man too for our show. So. But hey, what about you? What's your goals in the game?
In the game, I've actually started doing more 1v1 in Season 4. So my goal is to keep that focus up in Season 5. I've actually gotten a lot of support out of having my own stream from Hipster and also CVO Ramlead. When it comes to my style play, CVO Ramlead has definitely taken me aside one-on-one and showed me some things that I was doing wrong. And he even jumps in my stream from time to time and yells at me and tells me, stop. But then recently, Hipster kind of unlocked this glorious thing for me, and it is when I'm Terran, and when I face Zerg going against the Ling Bling Muta combination, which is pretty much every Terran's nightmare. He got on 1v1 last night and showed me this, build for Terran, and it is centered towards Ling Bling Muta. And after that, I was like, all right, I'll go and try it. And I played my buddy, Spit Earth, and destroyed him 2 games in a row versus that combination. And I posted on the forums, on Hipster's strategy forum, about that, and several of the individuals were like, great, thanks, Hipster. So, I definitely see I'm definitely shooting for platinum, but by the end of the year, past Season 5, I'm definitely shooting for diamond. I'd like to see myself in diamond. I don't see myself getting past diamond, but for StarCraft, definitely diamond. Outside of that, with a lot going on, actually was streaming with StarCast, and I've been given a website that is coming out, which is going to be another community hub out there, we'll call it. Tried to offer me a stream management job to oversee 8 different casters that cast tournaments weekly. So that's still in the mix, but it's a management job, so I told them, I still have other responsibilities, and they're completely cool with that because I'll manage other people. So that's kind of big for me, 2012. I've been asked to produce a fundraiser show as well for StarCraft, so doing that as well. And there's a few other possibilities that have been going behind the scenes with StarCast yourself there that have come to my attention. So a lot of production stuff going on, and I never saw myself getting into it this much, but now that I'm into it, I love it. So that's kind of where I'm at for 2012 and my goals.
Sweet.
No, absolutely. I think all of us are like, wouldn't it be neat someday to kind of be involved in video games? So, maybe not. Yeah, I know, Mom. I'll get a real job.
Yeah. I completely agree. I got that as a kid all the time. It's like, stop playing video games. And now it's like, if I take all these opportunities and combine them together, can I not do my full-time job and just do this? So you can always dream.
Yeah. My dream, if I wasn't already a host of this show, my dream segment to make for this show would be touring the U.S., going to different bar crafts, because there have been so many awesome ones. Like, some of them are just kind of, tucked in a corner. That's cool. That's very awesome that you're doing that for your community. Other ones are, like, in freaking palaces. It's like, some of these bar crafts are the coolest things in the world. I would love to get to see some of those.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw some of the video. Well, I think it was Garrett, the bar craft that you had gone to. There was a video online about it or whatnot, and oh my gosh, I was like, is that a dance club? Like, what is that? But
it was the dance.
Glorious.
Peabody's is a very big bar, and there's a dance portion in the back, and that's actually, they had rented that out because it was so early in the day. So, yeah, it's very neat. But anything else, you got the time to talk, anything else you wanted to bring up, some favorite moments from the year, or any other questions for Kyle and I?
Let's see. Moments from the year. Nothing too spectacular. I actually, for fellow people that are watching, I didn't actually really get involved in. I mean, I've been listening to StarCast for a while, not since episode 1 though, and only really got involved. I don't know how many episodes back it was. Maybe, I don't know.
Boy, not that many. It was 10 or so, and it was basically like did you stumble across our show? And because as far as I remember, it was like, hey, did you guys want some help with this? I'm pretty decent at this sort of thing. And Garrett's like, well, I'll ask him some questions about that. We'll see what kind of knowledge he has. Oh, please help us. You have the answers.
Well, we get offers from people a lot of times, but a lot of times they're young and they don't really know anything. So
there's a whole lot of strings attached.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of times I'm always very trepidatious of my baby.
Well, I remember you're like, I put a message in, I came across your Twitch channel after listening to the show for a while because I do a lot of driving for my full-time job, and I listened to it a lot, and so I was on the Twitch channel, and I was like, man, this is okay, but I can do better. No offense.
No, by no means.
So I was like, let me contact Garrett and Kyle. So I'm contacting them, and then Garrett's like, yeah, let's talk on Skype. So we got on Skype, and I just kind of pitched my resume per se, and I was involved in another tournament league that ran tournaments 3 times a week. And Garrett was like, yeah, we'll give it a try. And we ran into some struggles the first few episodes with sound and quality. And
Mostly my internet. Mostly my internet, and it's still a struggle sometimes.
Yeah, so the last few episodes we've had like the oh shit button available, which will like pop up for Garrett to like screen, and it's like, please wait. But yeah, I mean, I personally feel we've come a long way, even in 10 episodes, from just getting you guys up and running to all of a sudden we have overlays to now we have HD quality. And now we have a pre-show with music type of stuff. It's just, yeah. I can't wait to see what 2012 brings with my thoughts and my ideas, and also yours. I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm stoked. Well, awesome. I guess that you are our last community guest. We've got quite a few segments after this, and then emails and all kinds of junk. And we're already over time. But anything you'd like to promote?
Sure. Most of the members that are active in the StarCast community know that I do almost a daily, with a lot of my new responsibilities with StarCast and other stuff. I can't do it daily, but a daily Terran stream. You can catch it over at twitch.tv/OctanePro, SCII. The II stands for 2. Once again, twitch.tv/OctanePro, SCII. I do have the webcam up, and I do live commentary. I chat with my chat channel, and I ask them for support and help. What are you seeing? What did you like? What didn't you like? And then I just do random stuff like 2 weeks ago, we just did like a King of the Hill type of thing, and all of a sudden it ended up being me casting King of the Hill games with the community, and we got on, like Mork was on, and a bunch of other people were on, so it's definitely turned into like this StarCast community type of stream. If you are interested in Terran, or just want to come hang out, I try to go daily, and that's all the promoting I need. Outside of that, just please follow the StarCast channel. I know we have a lot of viewers, or a lot of people that tune in via iTunes and listen to the podcast, but this is the video portion is my baby, as Garrett has his baby. So please come visit and check us out Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. I guess January 5th is our next live show, correct, Garrett?
Yep, with Girls of StarCraft.
So great, yeah, but excellent. Once again, thanks for having me, guys, and I will check you guys out later. Now I just go pop off my curtain, and I'll be in the background.
All right, sweet Patrick. You have a Merry Christmas, and I'm sure I'll have a long conversation with you online in a few nights.
Thank you very much.
Sweet. That is the man everyone needs to give e-hugs to when you see him in the StarCast channel.
Yeah, /hug that man to death.
Awesome. So as soon as we get the okay from Patrick that we're good for for the video from Mork and the other segments, we'll continue on with the show.
Awesome. It's been a lot of fun having these guys on.
Yeah,
we hear from them so much. It's awesome to get to say, hey, oh cool, we're ready.
We are ready. Mork wants to bid adieu to 2011 with video.
Oh, hey guys! I didn't hear you come in. Well, this is Mork here. I just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Well, actually, Garrett ruthlessly begged and complained over email for me to send in a segment, so... Well, here I am either way, just wishing you guys a Merry Christmas. I'm in my festive Santa hat, as you can see. It's quite warm and fuzzy. Yeah, I also have, this nice sweater on. It's just very festive. I also have this, my hot cocoa in this awesome mug that has this adorable little snowman on it. It's just, it's just great. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I just really think this is a great time for the community to come together as a family and just be able to be thankful about the year that we've had. I mean, we've just had so many great things, and I just wanted to let each and every one of you know I appreciate you. My thanks go out to Garrett and Kyle for letting me go on the show from time to time. Sorry guys, the music's a little distracting. Anyways, as I was saying, as I was saying, the Christmas season is just a great time for us to be able to come together as a community, just to be able to be thankful for just the fact that we've gotten this opportunity. I appreciate you guys and.
Was that really it?
Merry Christmas. That's where it ends? Oh my god. That is the worst rendition of that song I've ever heard.
Where did he find that?
Oh my god.
I'm tearing.
Oh, I'm completely swoon. Oh jeez. It was like you're trying to hang out with your good buddy Mork, but someone just kept yelling in your ear. Oh dear me. Oh, thank you, Mork.
God, that was special.
Ooh.
That was so special. God, what's next?
We love you too, Mork.
Internet Dave is here with. How the hell do you follow that? Just play Internet Dave.
Hello, StarCast. This is Internet Dave recording a segment not live from the show because I couldn't be there, but, I still like doing my segment, so I'm going to do it for you the way I've always done it. That means it's time for the Achievement of the Week. This week we're doing the campaign mission 0 Hour. There's one called 0 Hour. This one's to complete all objectives. The main objective, hold out for evacuation. You have to basically survive until the level counter reaches 0, and there, you got it. The other one, rescue the rebel fighters. There are 3 rebel groups that are attacked by the Zerg as the mission goes on. You need to get to them, collect them, and help them get your army back together, and that is all you have to do. 2 really simple ones. Next achievement, hold the line. Complete the mission without losing or salvaging the building. The ones you really have to watch for this one are the missile turrets. You have a couple missile turrets that you start with, but the muta counts get a little bit too high at some points. So you're going to have to build some extra turrets and make sure to repair everything. That's the important thing. Just tearing buildings burnt down, so make sure to repair. I would say 3 bunkers on each side should be enough, and 1 SCV just to walk around and repair all of them. That should be fine. That should be absolutely A-okay. Anyway, final achievement. Destroy 4 Zerg hatcheries on the mission on hard difficulty. I would personally suggest doing a 4-Rax. Now get 3 with reactors and 1 with the tech lab. Produce medics out of the one with the tech lab, and mass marines out of the other one. And once you have enough that you think you can take them out, just storm right into the Zerg base. Shoot down everything you can. Just try and push the line, get through, take the map, and there. This has been Internet Dave, and this has been the Achievement of the Week. Now, I was invited to be on the show tonight by StarCast, but I was unable to attend, so I decided I'd make it up to you and I'd still answer your questions. So the 4 questions have been asked. What are your plans for the next year's segment? I'm going to continue doing the campaign walkthroughs. If I run out of these before Heart of the Swarm comes out, I'll go back to doing the multiplayer achievements. Hopefully Heart of the Swarm will be out by then, yay, and I'll start doing the campaign walkthroughs on them and the multiplayer achievements there. What are your StarCraft goals for next year? I'm hoping to make Platinum and then probably into Diamond. I'm really hoping that I get my new computer for Christmas, one that I can actually play the game in micro. If you played StarCraft with me, you know my computer is absolute crap, and I really need to upgrade it bad if I want to get better at playing StarCraft, because people say, the PC doesn't matter, but in the case where your game lags out like every 10 minutes and your first game of the day you can't play because it just lags you out, you might want to think about getting a new computer. Anyway, anything you want to ask about you? No, Garrett, Kyle, I know a lot, and I love what you've done, and I love the fact that you kept requesting to be on the show, but I don't really need to know anything. Sorry. And anything you'd like to promote before we get us on to the next guest? Well, I have mentioned this before, but I run a podcast. It's Entertainment, the Internet Entertainment Podcast. It is a weekly show featuring me, Hipster, Sandman, and a couple of real-life friends of mine. We talk about whatever we feel like with bi-weekly interviews with web content creators. And joining us this week should be, if I can get everything sorted out, with Chris Kerber from IOC, a Flash animator on Newgrounds, who's famous for the Nintendo collaborations and Brawl Taunts. Anyway, that should be that, and you can follow me on Twitter at EntertainmentPC, the PC standing for podcast. Thank you very much. This is Internet Dave, and I continue to grace your ears once a week.
Wondrous. It'll be a sad couple weeks before we hear from him again.
Indeed.
So, King Octavius is up next with the last sci-fi on my StarCraft of 2011.
Hey StarCast, this is King Octavius, and I'm sorry I couldn't join the live show. I'm out of town and just couldn't make it happen. Here's the year's last edition of science fiction in my StarCraft. I've been saving this reference for a while because it involves one of my very favorite sci-fi films, Forbidden Planet. Looking at all the elements in this one, Forbidden Planet should have been a generic, schlocky 50s sci-fi movie, but it turned out to be so much more, even addressing concepts of the id, desire, and ideas concerning the inherent dangers of technological progress. So it makes me very happy that Forbidden Planet gets its own map in StarCraft 2, the 8-player map called Forbidden Planet. Unlike the District 10 map, however, the Forbidden Planet map pays homage to its sci-fi film in more than its name. The desert tile set and the sparse greenery look just like Altair 4, the planet to which the main characters of Forbidden Planet travel in search of a lost crew. Additionally, there's a nice little touch in the center of the map. Here you'll find an extremely deep chasm with electricity sparking inside. This resembles Forbidden Planet's Krell machine, a key piece of technology in the movie, and one that represents the pinnacle of technological achievement. Now to quickly answer a couple of the questions Garrett sent me, my plan for the next year of segments is slightly up in the air right now. I think I have only one sci-fi reference to go after this one, so there may be a brief hiatus after that while I decide where to go. But I'm thinking of a couple of options right now, and the most likely one would be for me to take over the abandoned Pro Player of the Week segment, or whatever it was called, because I've really been studying the individual players a lot during this year, and I think it'd be a great way to help introduce SC2 noobs to the professional scene. My StarCraft goal for 2012 is to reach high diamond, or just anywhere in diamond, but preferably get as high as I can. I don't feel like I have the time to invest to get to Masters League, but I've been platinum, I guess, for most of this year, about half of the year, so I feel it's time for me to move up to diamond, and that's a place where I can, I don't have to be the best, but it's a point where I feel that I would feel pretty good about my game. And finally, thanks to Garrett and Kyle for this awesome podcast. Even including Live on 3, State of the Game, and Inside the Game, this is still the podcast I look forward to listening to the most during the week, honestly. Also, a quick plug for something I'm working on. Some of you have already seen this in the forums, but I'm currently working on a StarCraft 2 book, which will be a record of the StarCraft 2 professional scene in the year 2011. Its title is The Year in StarCraft 2, 2011. I hope to have it out by the end of February or shortly after, and you can find more about it at yearinsc2.com. Obviously, I'm extremely excited about this, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Aside from that, I just hope everyone has an awesome Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you may be celebrating, and an equally awesome New Year. Hopefully next time we do something like this, I'll be able to come to the live show. I'm King Octavius, and this has been 2011.
Well, farewell to you, for the year at least, King Octavius. That's awesome. His book is coming out. You all should run out and buy that, and then mail it to him, have him sign it, and have him mail it back.
That's awesome. What a smart man. And I have always enjoyed his segment. I would just, if he even stopped talking about StarCraft and just did gaming references in general, I would enjoy it.
The Gaming Reference Podcast with King Octavius. Yeah. Have you seen the trailer for the trailer of Prometheus?
The trailer for the trailer?
Yeah, I think the trailer may have finally come out, but they were making a big deal about the trailer coming out, so there was a trailer for the release of the trailer.
No, Prometheus, the new Aliens movie.
The Alien prequel, yeah. And apparently it's not going to have a whole lot to do with Alien, but it is set in the same universe.
Interesting. No, I was watching the Batman trailer, which, come on, artsy folk. Yeah, you're one of them. Why are you so excited? That had literally 3 seconds of Batman. One is him going, again in his punching phase. One of him looking concerned, and the other one of him fighting someone on a steps. There was no Batman in that Batman trailer.
Have you yet to realize that Batman is not the reason anyone goes to see a Batman movie?
But it's Batman. I didn't wear my Batman cape everywhere when I was 3 for nothing.
The reason people go to Batman movies is for the villains, Kyle, because a hero is only as good as their villains, and Batman has the best villains of any superhero ever.
So where are all the tubes pumping Bane full of venom or whatever it was?
Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted a shitty Batman movie. I can direct you to Batman movie if you'd like.
I just didn't understand why I was watching some terrorist dude with a hockey mask on.
You know what? go sit in the corner, because this is exactly what I said about Heath Ledger's announcement as the Joker, and then I went and saw it and witnessed the best movie I had seen in literally decades.
All right. I mean, yeah, it doesn't show much of the bad guy. It could get better. Yeah, sure. I wish it was the Scarecrow.
But he's already been in the movies.
I know, but he was like the beginning villain. I don't know. I love the Scarecrow. That was always my favorite. Or Clayface. Not everyone likes Clayface, but I love Clayface.
I don't know how he would work in the Christopher Nolan realistic Batman, though.
Yeah, it wouldn't. But of all the supernatural ones, Clayface was always my favorite. So
Mr. Freeze was my favorite, not the Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze, the animated series Mr. Freeze, who was actually quite conflicted and awesomely voice acted.
I just don't like the Val Kilmer Batman, which was Val Kilmer sitting around being upset that he's Batman. I like Batman being Batman. At any rate, there was also the Hobbit trailer this week.
Yes, holy crap, I'm so excited for that.
Oh, dude, more Lord of the Rings, I can't complain, and Ian McKellen as Gandalf, cannot complain about that.
Yeah, I just got Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray, so Katie and I are actually halfway through Two Towers at the moment. It's still on 2 discs, even though it's Blu-ray.
Dang.
Yeah, so we, and it's just too damn long, so we watched the first half of Two Towers the other night. We haven't started the second half. I was going to do it tonight, but we had to do the show.
Dude, those are long movies.
Yes, they're very long. We watched one all in one day, and it was too much. I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
I'm a Fellowship man. I can do Fellowship in one day. At any rate, we have one last segment left. And this is a new segment, no less. I mean, well, he's been thinking about it for a while. I believe he did a test run of this segment once. But yeah, Sundance. Or the Sundance Kid.
Sundance Kid. Yeah, he has a present for all of you. A new segment for StarCast. Here it is, Sundance Kid's new segment, The Laws of 2v2.
Hi guys, I'm Sun King, and I'm here with a new segment, The Laws of 2v2. And this is where we'll take some time each week to try to develop some metagame for cooperative StarCraft. So let's get right into it. The first law of 2v2, never surrender. This means 2 things. First, never quit a game unless you quit as a team. And second, don't quit until both parties have been eliminated. And this really comes down to some basic subconscious recalculations. Events that would be game-ending in 1v1 have potentially no effect in a 2v2. So you need to learn to fight the urge to QQ after having your fast expand destroyed, or losing your pylon to a 6 pool, because the chance is that your opponent's efforts have been absorbed by your losses, while your teammate has prospered unchecked. I once played a cooperative game where I was almost entirely wiped out, save for a few creep tumors and a small group of mutalisks. But I stayed in the game, using my small force-to-game map control while my team built up behind me to take the win. So, fight down to the very last man. And remember, rule 1, never surrender. Your APM and added to your teammates will always be a bonus, even when you think it may not be. So, thanks for listening, guys. Next week, we're going to take a look at the logic behind shared control. Until then, take care.
I guess he changed his name to Sun King, but he was originally known as Sundance Kid, because that's how he signed all his emails, so he's not fooling no one.
No, but he did change his name. I remember this now because people were getting confused with, of course, Sundance, the maker of MLG.
Wondrous.
That was a wonderful segment. Thank you so much for putting that together for us and for the community.
Really, yeah, that music was jazzy. It made you just want to jive.
It made me want to scroll through Wii menus.
A little bit. It reminded me a little more of Little Big Planet music.
Yeah. But that's cool. I mean, I love 2v2s. I've attested to this many times, so I'm excited to see what happens with his segment.
That was our first love, Kyle, was you and I, 2v2 in the beta.
Hell yeah.
We would wall off the entire low ground with nothing but siege tanks and spine crawlers. I remember when we thought that was just the most genius idea ever.
Yep, and then straight to Broodlords.
Yep.
But as he said, I mean, we haven't really talked any strategy on this show, but I'll go ahead and unleash a little bit here. Versus a double Zerg team, you need to use DTs. Like, I've had entire games where I've wiped out pretty much the entire opponent's base, but a single group of DTs, because we went roaches or whatever, we didn't get that layer tech, completely screwed by a couple of cloaked units. So Cloak versus Zerg, always do it in team games.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So anyway, we gave you all an opportunity to have an end-of-the-year soapbox, and some of you wrote in or tweeted or whatever. Jared, a.k.a. Shadow Wisp, wrote in with a StarCast 2011 year in review. He writes, so last year in the summer, my friend Joel Duggan dragged me to Future Shop at midnight to buy StarCraft 2. Then proceeded to kick my butt with Cloaked Banshees, that son of a bitch. He also told me about StarCast, which I started listening to. StarCast was my gateway drug to the world of competitive StarCraft. I have played a crap ton since then, and I've toned back and even quite for a while. But StarCast was like a thread that kept me attached to the world of StarCraft, never letting me go. And so I remain and play and have settled into Platinum permanently. As to the show, it's grown a hell of a lot. The quality and segments are great, and the hosts, you guys, have found the sweet balance of hosting and being the stars, but stepping back and letting the community shine through the show. All in all, it's been great. This is by far the best community-focused podcast out there. It's also nice not to feel like an insignificant scrub like I do after listening to State of the Game. However, if it wasn't for you, I would probably have never gotten so addicted and would have hours and hours of my life back. So in closing, thanks a lot. You bastards. And you're welcome, you Canadian bastard. So, Shadow Wisp, for Christmas, all I want is for you to smack Joel Duggan.
Smack him?
Smack him.
Why is that?
Just because. He and I just have this friendship where I feel like I would be just, hitting him every now and then, and I can't because he's in freaking Canada. And I am in
Playful
Florida.
hits.
Yes, exactly. So
that means you really like him.
Yeah, just like back of the head. Be like, no, you're a dirty hippie. He'll know what you're talking about. Joel Duggan calls me a hippie a lot. So, well, thank you for the kind words, Shadow Wisp. We love all of your fan art. It's quite awesome.
Dude, you're really good, and I voted for your shirt on Jinx. I hope it goes through. That was awesome.
Likewise. I don't know. I don't think we promoted it on the show. I don't know if it's still going, but if it is, you should go to Jinx and vote for Shadow Wisp's design. It's badass. If you followed my Facebook, you would have seen it. I know I promoted it on there. I'm not sure if we talked about it on the show. I don't think we did. No. It kind of came out in the middle of the week, and then we've been busy with guests, too, so. Yeah, that too.
Thus is things.
Yeah, go check that out. Listener at Madigans tweeted his favorite thing of the year was FXO Linux perfect drone split against DRG was a top 10 play of the year, in my opinion. And he has a link to the,
I love this clip so much. It's just the drones are so spread out that poor DRG's little baneling doesn't want to sacrifice his life for a single drone, so he just runs around in circles and circles. Eventually getting 4 Zerglings, but still an amazing split all the same. Very, very amusing.
Yeah, awesome.
And there's still time to send these sort of things in. We will take these into the new year. We can continue to look back. So if you have a favorite esports moment, favorite part of 2011 for our show happening, what was it, July 5th of the new year, then send it in.
For July 5th? What are you talking about?
What? Our next show, July 5th?
Yes. January 5th?
Oh, January 5th.
The first month of the year?
Oh, man. Excuse me. Excuse me for not knowing my months.
I need to go find a new host? Are you taking like 4 months off? What the hell's going on?
I'm just gonna be taking a little break here. We'll see when I get back.
All right. It's good to know. Patrick, it looks like you're going to be hosting and doing the show.
No, I'm here. I just don't know my months. I didn't sing the song. January, February, March, April, May, June, July.
Anyways, listener Harry Dragon wrote in, and that sounds like something I asked a girl to look at once. He wants to point everyone towards Total Biscuit's charity fundraiser for Charity Water. Total Biscuit is a shoutcaster for DreamHack who is competing for King of the Web at kingoftheweb.com. The winner of this popularity contest gets $1,500, which he will give directly to charity. So go make Total Biscuit King of the Internet. He's also does a crap ton of World of Warcraft videos. I used to watch him a lot back in my WoW addiction days.
Yeah, when you first go to the King of the Web website, you were thinking, oh my god, what stupid contest is this? Could this really have any meaning? I mean, that was my first thought. But actually, the money is going straight to charity, a very good cause. Charity Water builds wells, purification systems in third world countries so they can have clean water to drink, because that's important, because it makes you live. Yeah.
And, well, finally, Just thank you to other show contributors from the past year. Jeb for his Pro Player Spotlight. Thank you to Seraphim for his Lore of the Week and Eaglethorn's new news tidbits of the week. Time, Evil Guy 13, Sully Black. We're going to save your Protoss questions for our Protoss guests, which everyone's going to be very, very excited about. And to everyone who ever sent in an email this year, thank you all very much. Now, chat room, it is your time to shine. What do you want to say, ask? Blah. Now it's your time. What would you like us to say on the air or answer? And now the lag. When's the last time either of us bought a suit?
Oh my goodness. This blazer I am wearing right now is the same blazer I wore to my high school graduation, because that was the last time I bought a full suit.
I haven't actually bought a full suit ever, I don't think. This blazer I bought for my senior thesis at the Ringling College of Art and Design. Still fits me quite well, and it's still quite stylish. It's got the thin lapel and like very small shoulder pads, as opposed to everything I wore during homecoming dances in high school, which had giant shoulder pads and lapels that made me look like I had a pencil neck.
Oh, shoulder pads. I'm so happy they're gone from women's fashion.
Yeah, yes, thank God. Because, Kyle, when I think about a sexy, beautiful...
Nothing, when I'm making the curves with my hands, I always go up to a nice, thick chest, nice boxy build. That always, that gets me there.
I want my women to look like Johnny Bravo.
Riceball asks, do I want a Minecraft? Yes, I'd like Minecraft. Do you has free Minecraft? Because I'd take it and play it. The Sandman asks, what WoW unit would you like to show up in StarCraft? Personally, I'd love a dragon for Zerg. It can still be all Zergified, gooey, and dripping out of the mouth, but whatevs. I want a full dragon. Dragons are sweet.
An orc anything. I don't care what it is. I just want to see an orc. Of course, then it would look exactly like Warhammer, so maybe not.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well, a Night Elf Banshee. Since I have the portrait, give me a Banshee that actually has a Night Elf pilot in it. There you go.
Oh, that'd be cool if, because in Warcraft 3 they had night and day, and of course the Night Elves had stealth at night. So it'd be interesting to see that mechanic moved over. Just for funsies. I don't think it'd ever do anything.
Yeah. What's next? What's your favorite custom map game? I don't have one.
I really love Legion TD. It is a really awesome game. In Warcraft 3, the tile set for StarCraft is so darn boring. Everything is gray, covered in dust. The explosions are very high graphics, but darn it, I want to defend with treants and demons, and just the variety of things in Warcraft 3 make a better game. So I'm going to have to go with Nexus Wars. That is my go-to. My brain is fried. I need to play a game, but I don't have the capacity to do it. I can't believe someone yelled at me for being a noob in Nexus Wars. Really? We're playing Nexus Wars, sir. We're all noobs here.
Are either of us changing races for Heart of the Swarm?
Oh, good God, no. I'm getting the Swarm host.
I'm considering. I love playing Zerg so very much, but I'm better at Terran. But the new Zerg units look great. But so do the new Terran units. If the I'm having a brain fart now. If the Shredder doesn't get nerfed to the ground or pulled from the game, I'm very excited about using the Shredder. It looks awesome. So I can't really tell you. I'll definitely give Zerg a college try. So I play a mage in Skyrim. What should I make for my second character?
Well, you've clearly gone with something squishy. I personally do a stealth mage, which I know you don't get any points for, but in games like Fallout, Oblivion, I just don't see why you shouldn't use stealth. It's so cool. You step on way too many traps if you don't use stealth, and you just don't enjoy the maps as much. So I would continue to use stealth and get yourself a stealth archer, or just go full sword and board. Go nuts.
Yeah. If I haven't even finished with my first character yet. I mean, technically there is no finishing friggin' Skyrim. It's Skyrim. But if I make a second character, it's going to be a straight-on berserker, giant two-handed weapon. I'll probably make it an orc. But, yeah.
So. Will you have more guests on the show next year? Yes. I think we've said it about...
We've got a crap ton coming in January alone.
We are so excited. Not to mention guests that we can continue to have back. I mean, we're very excited to have Matt Fink back at some point because he's going to be at those GSL events live. We, of course, have continued to talk with MLG Clutch and others, and just doing all sorts of fun things that we can't quite announce yet, but we're excited to have other people back in the future.
Yep, agreed. So, well, that is...
Oh, wait, we just got word from OctanePro that we can leak our big guest for sometime in February. Are you sure?
Oh.
I mean, we don't have an exact date, but we are so excited about this guest. I mean, if you're sure, we'll do it right now. We can do it.
We can do it. We don't have a date, but in February, E.G. In Control will be coming on StarCast for an entire episode as our guest host. And I, for one, am so excited. Not only can all of the Protoss people stop sending in the, hey, you need a Protoss, or my favorite, hey, you've never talked to me ever before, you have no idea who I am, but you should have me be a third guest host because you need a Protoss. And it's like, no, that's not going to happen. Nope, not going to happen. So, what? Holy shit, the fuck?
I'm glad you guys are as excited as we are to get him on.
Yeah, I somehow really doubt In Control's listening to this episode, but everyone's very excited. Yeah, I can't wait. So not only our first Protoss guest, I believe, but a very famous one at that. So, well, very awesome. I believe that is it for questions. I'm not answering what my favorite sandwich is. We've done that twice on the show. Chicken Force from StarCraft. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to go back and listen to the back catalog. So, all right. Well, that does it for episode 83 of StarCast. As always, we want to thank you guys who gave us 5-star reviews in the iTunes store. From the UK, thank you to Dave20. And from the US store, thank you to Protoss UP, Jack the Flipper, and Breadboy SC2. Thank you very much for your 5-star reviews. And I know I've been asking for so many things from you guys. You know, go tell your friends about our show. Go watch the Twitch TV thing. But also, give us a review. If you haven't reviewed us on the store yet, go give us a review. Let us know what you think about the show. We'd love hearing from you guys. And if you give positive reviews, it helps the show move up in iTunes rankings and get us more listeners.
And thank you so much to everyone who has ever, at any point, sent in an email to the show. We really... I mean, this is a community-driven show. We couldn't do this show without your submissions. I mean, we could, but it'd be damn awkward, and we wouldn't have much to talk about, let alone we wouldn't have anything to ask our guests when we have them, and we're so excited to have them. I mean, you guys write those interviews for us. We really, really appreciate your submissions, so thank you so much.
Yeah, it's great. The show is so community-driven. We really wouldn't be what it is. It wouldn't be as special as it is without you guys, so... have a wondrous Christmas, and we look forward to hearing from all of you guys next year. As always, there's the StarCast spiel still to go. If you want more StarCast, go over to thestarcast.com to find links to everything that has to do with StarCast, the official Twitter, Facebook, forums, and music, as well as donate to the show or sponsor an entire episode. We really appreciate all the help from you guys. Check out our amazing StarCraft 2 community over at thestarcast.com/forums. or /forum, singular. You can also email the show at starcastshow@gmail.com or call the StarCast line at 941-882-0281. That's where we get all of our strategies and random emails, so send your strats, questions, and comments, and MP3 attachments that are under 90 seconds to starcastshow@gmail.com. You can download the StarCast Android app for your Android mobile device, and you can follow us on Twitter at the StarCast. You can follow me at Garrett Art. You can follow Kyle at Kyle Ferguson, and you can watch Team CVO on YouTube over at their YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Team CVO. So, Kyle, where can people find you when you're not doing StarCast?
You can find me over at Biggest Fan Podcast. This week, Sherlock Holmes. Next week, The Year in Review. Very excited to look back at all of our old topics. Also, I'll be doing some work over the holidays here, and hopefully Garrett will have the time to join me. I will be streaming in the StarCast Show stream all my holiday gaming. So this will include such wonderful titles as when I finally finish Amnesia, KOTOR, well, not KOTOR, but The Old Republic. Very excited to play that. Christmas gift coming my way from me. Batman, Arkham City, and other sorts of Christmas games I will be playing there. So come hang out at the StarCast Show stream.
We'll definitely be getting some Toron with you. I can guarantee that. Also, go check out our sponsors. Once again, I know we mentioned them at the top of the show, but these guys, I mean, it really does directly help us. We're not just throwing commercials into the show for no reason. These guys directly support us. I cannot thank DoghouseSystems.com enough. They have helped me so much this year, and they have helped the show insanely. So once again, it's a new year, and we've got a new promotion with Doghouse. If you use our code, which is StarCast or Biscuit at checkout, you'll get double the memory in your new Doghouse rig, up to 16 gigs. They can't support anything above 16 gigs. So if you get 4 gigs, you get 8 gigs. If you get 8 gigs, you get 16 gigs. So once again, use the code StarCast or Biscuit at DoghouseSystems.com. And we're also supported by Best Buy. You can go to, we have a link. It's tiny.cc/moregg to head over to Best Buy to get all of their deals. You get free shipping on 90% of their inventory, 10 to 30% off on select HD TVs, $20 off a year of Xbox Live Gold, and specials on gaming consoles. And there's a crap ton of other deals on there. It would take the entire length of the show to mention them all. So once again, that's tiny.cc/moregg. And once again, next year, January 5th, we're going to have Brandy and Genevieve from Girls of StarCraft on. January 12th, we're going to have MLG Wiggins on. January 26th, we're going to have EG Machine on. And in February, we'll have EG In Control on. And I'm sure we'll have more guests on after that. What, 1 month isn't enough for you guys? Too bad. We'll let you know when we get more. We'll let you know when we get more guest sponsored scheduled. So it's been a hell of a year. Thank you, everyone, especially you guys listening right now. You're more help to the show than you know. It wouldn't still be going. As we said earlier, we damn near stopped doing the show last year. So thank you all so much for your help, your support, your love. I feel disgusting because there's just too much love in this episode. I want to tell someone they suck and tell Kyle that he's wrong and Ultralisks are bad and stop building them. But it's Christmas, damn it. It's awesome. Go out, enjoy the holidays, get drunk on eggnog, and open your damn presents. We'll see you January